What's going on, everybody? Almost set up here. All I gotta do is get my baits out. Got baits all cut up. Let's see who's watching. Nobody yet. They'll come in here. You guys come in here. Paul Boyd was in here, and I think I seen Abbott in here. What's up, Abbott? How you doing? Hey, there's Tara Fishing. What's going on? Look at her. She's ready for this. We're gonna get on. Boy, do I got some bait. Holy smokes. Hey, there's 4 people. All right, let me get these baits out here. Let me show you guys the head of the shad I caught today. Let me show you the head. And I got big double XL hands. Now that's a pretty big shad. I got 12-inch shad for bait. Dave Garchar, what's going on? How you doing? All right, let me get these baits out here. Sit tight. Wow, those are slimy buggers. Slimy, slimy, slimy. There we go. There's one bait. I do have to admit that cut baits a lot easier than a lot of baits that get casted out in a hurry. Look at this. That nice chunk of burning bait. There we go. Woo. All right, we're gonna throw a couple here towards the bank. So there's wood. Ooh, that's a little too close. Is there such a thing as too close to the wood? I don't think so. This one? This one? Either it's going to be an epic night or it's going to be another night. That one's out flat. This one's going in the channel with the big boy rattle. Oh, big bait. Put a big rattle in this one. Make sure there's no scales on the hook. Yeah, I would have headed these out already, but I had a visit from a friend of mine. He got to yapping. I looked up, it was red. All right. Baits are out. Baits are out. I'm going to turn off this backlight so I don't get people hollering and stuff. All right, let's see. Fence Seeker TV. What's up, Jeremy? There's Mike Sampe, P&B, Paul Boyd. I think I said hello. There's Don R. Josh Guerrero. What's up, my folks? Robin C in the house. Brandon's Outdoors Adventures. There's Super Smurf Eric with the bacon emoji. Eric, I ate too much bacon this morning. I was like this far away from being sick, but no, bacon is good. I didn't get sick. I held on. It was great. All right, Big John in the house. There's Tara. Woohoo! We got baits out there, so we got 29 people watching already. Here's a plan for tonight. We're going to fish on my channel for about, I don't know, 3 hours. I might send Kenny a link and Hogleg a link. Get them on here. If they show up in chat, I will. Lyle has the link. Lyle might come up later. Hopefully he does. I love talking to Lyle, a.k.a. Pop's dad, godfather of catfishing. V3 Customs, what's going on? Lance, what you doing? Are you, Lance? Have you got any on any salmon yet? Woo! Man, the man. All right, so let me get my GoPro going up on top here. Got to run it looping. There's Susquehanna Stan. What's going on, Stan? Hopefully you and Turtle Lady are doing well. Whiskers and Stripes. Let's see what he has to say. Hold on one second. All right, Whiskers and Stripes says, Bobcat sent us over as he was ending his life. Awesome. Thank you, Bobcat. If you come in here, I'll thank him later. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I didn't know Bobcat was live. I didn't see him before I left. There's Brandon Harper. What's going on? All right. Oh, all right. These snap mounts are awesome, except when you get your chest hairs caught between the magnets. Yes, you're old. That happens. Oh, ouch. All right. So we got baits out. We'll see what happens. Let me get my handy dandy iPad and let me put my earpiece in, see if I can improve the sound on this. I don't need to holler as loud either. Let's see if this happens. All right, I'm going to need you guys to tell me if it works. Can you guys hear me? Is it any better? Yeah, they do, Josh. Josh, you'd let me know. How's this sound? Does this sound better, worse, what? Because I just put the earphone in. As long as you guys can hear me, that's good. Start up the handy dandy iPad. There we go. I'm going to look at my ad. Look at my own ad here. Get me some revenue because I make so much ad revenue. There we go. We are live. Look at that. Look at that. You guys. I don't get paid to show you guys the ad twice. Mid Tennessee hog catchers. Give me a thumbs up. There's Miss Anita Morgan. How you doing? There's Matt. We come in peace from Bobcat. Thank you. Oh, what was that? All right. So this is a super quiet spot. There's a lot of structure here. There's wood along the bank. I'm actually right on a 3 foot. David Smith, what's up? A 3 foot flat here. They come up here to feed sometimes. This is one of my better spots during the year. The only thing, hey, Cody, the only thing that I'm kind of worried about is the change in temps. It got awfully hot here today. And the water warmed up. Water temp is 74 degrees, just a tad under 74. Will that slow them down? You know, sometimes cooler temps will get them going, get them scared, get them thinking for winter, I believe. You know, I'm no professor. I just know what I've experienced in the past, and I am by no means a professional. I'm just a guy who likes to fish. All right, we got the GoPro going here, so or not the GoPro. I'm sorry, the iPad, so I can watch my lines. There's LG Bass. What's going on? I did say hello to Guerrero there. Sandy Silver Fox Fishing. Evening, dear. How you doing? Tom, congratulations on your PB. I think it was what 61 pounds. You told me. You have to forgive me. I'm getting old. Luke Henges reminds me of that all the time. So man, I am thrilled. I got on some big shad. I think I got 4 or 5 right between 10 and 13 inches. So we're gonna try them. I got a bunch of little ones that do me well and have done me well in the past. You guys always hear me say that elephants use peanuts, but this big bait's got me excited. So we'll see if we can't put one in the boat tonight. I'd like to put one on the boat during my stream because I'm always putting them in the boat on either Hog Legs or Kenneth's stream, but that's okay. That is okay with me. Uh, make sure there's nobody in the basement. Nobody in the basement. Hey, if you guys haven't hit the thumbs up like I'm going to do right now, thumbs up. Oh, 25 of them already, it's telling me. I'd appreciate it. Big Slim in the house. Freddie. Freddie, the man. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you, bud. I appreciate you. He says, get some. Freddie, are you out fishing? I think you were earlier, weren't you? Hi, Jody. What's going on? Bob Kitty sent me. I got free bacon. You just got to come pick it up. No delivery. Or I'll deliver for like $100. $100 delivery for pre-cooked cold packed. I'll even put it in dry ice for $100 shipping and handling. Just go over to, yeah, I'm not going to tell you my PayPal, I think, is in the description, but not that I'm begging for money, but the only reason why I bring that up is because my PayPal is like my actual real name. And spelling that to you guys probably won't get you. You guys probably won't remember. Jody says, did he just invite me fishing there? Invited you to come pick up bacon. I don't trust you with my spots, Jody. I don't trust anybody with my spots, which is why I'm fishing alone. I don't know if you can see directly behind me. Maybe if you know what, I need to see. Oh, I just dropped something on the floor here. Oh, a flashy light. I need to conserve battery because I'm going to put some miles on this sucker tonight. And I'm really close to my boat ramp. You know what? Let me see how this looks. That might be a little better. We got to get a look at the rods. If I don't tear this thing apart. You have to forgive me, folks. It's your first time I've live streamed. All right, let's see what can happen in chat here. Thank you again, Freddie, for the support, man. It's awesome. All that does go back into the channel. And actually, I'm placing an order tomorrow for hats. So I'm going to use all the super chat money to get a hat order in. And I'll be offering up to you. Hey, Crappie Day Fish on. Anybody interested in beanies this year? I had a pretty good reaction to them last year. And I might order some bait towels too. Here, the Catfish and Crappie bait towels. Check them out. I love them. I got some requests for them. Look at that. Some people that fish better than me plumb worn them out. So I'm going to order some of them. I just got to figure out how much each and what the budget can allow for. All right, Weekend Angler says deal $100 and I get bacon and I get to take Mark fishing on the Mississippi. Shut up and take my money. All right, let's go, Josh. All right, so I'm thinking about going traveling and do a little walleye fishing next week. I definitely will if I can get that 40 I've been looking for. If not, I might be out here again next week. We've got a good 2 weeks of good flathead fishing left. As long as it starts cooling off, if we don't get 89-degree days. Look at this. All right, this one in the number rod position isn't in the water. That's my float rod. So we're going to go. The second one is actually 1, 2, 3. Actually, I'm going to take it down so it's easy for you guys to understand. I don't have to explain it every time somebody comes in. So we'll take this one down. Take that one down. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Man, it's nice. It's freaking 82 degrees out here right now. I don't know what it's going to do to the fishing. Talking to myself now. Catfishing Dreams. What's up, Brandon? Good job on the show tonight. Sorry, I'm going to miss the meet and greet. Had a good time last year. If you guys are interested in the Ohio meet and greet, contact Catfishing Dreams. Brandon. He'll give you all the intel. Or Roger will probably give you the intel too if you need it. I'm sure he's got all the stuff actually after today's show. Josh, I want to go down and fish Rend Lake with Josh. I was hoping to get down there this fall. We'll see. I got that Bama trip, which I'm kind of gearing up for. I went to a Farm and Fleet today. I bought some Mercury Marine Quicksilver synthetic, $14 a quart. Holy smokes! Josh the man, look at that. Josh with the $10 super chat. What's he say? It says Mark needs a 40-pound flathead. Thug life. I don't know about thug life, more like old man life. Old man who likes to fish life. So this is a good spot usually post spawn. Like I said earlier, or started to say, this is a big 3-foot flat. It's quiet. It's dark. People slow down because there's some rocks in the channel over here. So it seems kind of calm. There isn't any houses. There's a lot of sporadic wood. When I say a lot of wood, I'm saying for the fox. If you guys have rivers with a lot of wood on them, you got big old, huge log piles. That's not the case here. Um, Old wood's your friend. It's a lot of old wood. Um, and we're gonna give it a shot. I'm actually like a quarter mile north of where I was when I was playing the music trivia, so I'm not too far from there. But we will see what happens. Oh, and I was saying earlier, I don't know if you can see that boat that's behind me about 1,000 feet. That's my buddy Tony. Tony, if you're watching, what's up, brother? How you doing? He's out there chasing the big kitties too. He's probably watching. Either that or he's sleeping. Becca, how you doing, dear? What's going on? Thank you for popping in. So we'll see. Like I said, I'm going to be out here all night long looking for that one fish. I can catch 10 pounders out. Don't get me wrong, I'll be very happy. But I'm really looking for that 40. I want to get that. Might not get it this year. I might not. I might get it. You won't know unless you try, though. Skull Rush in the house. So we're gonna work it. I am gonna re-rig. I took my since I was fishing this spot. I took my J hooks off and I put my circle hooks back on. Hopefully that won't bite me in the end. But I'm gonna in the next spot I'm gonna fish is where I got that 32. I think it was 32 or 30. I think 32. Last week I got a 10 pounder there. I had a monster break me off, break a spook I was using, broke the eye off of it. So we're gonna go there probably around 1 a.m. So we're going to soak some baits for a good long time here. Oh, my cooler's making noise. Freak me out. PR in the house. What's going on, PR? How you doing, dear? Retired Rick, how you doing? Let's see. What did Cody say? Retired Rick, nice. I'm not far from you. I live in Atlanta, Illinois. Where do you live, Rick? Let's see where Rick lives. Retired Rick, did you say? Oh, around Springfield. I want to get down to Springfield and fish that bridge for some blues. Dude, that's on my list. But I don't want to spoil my blues rush, so I'm gonna wait to fish for blues till I go to Bama. What's the other lake besides there's Wheeler? There's I'm not talking about Gunderson. What's the other lake? I forgot what the name of the lake is. Retired Rick, Jody got your stickers today. Mark, I feel your pain. I lost an absolute giant, hardest takedown I've ever had in Alton last weekend with John, and all I could do is get it out of the rod holder. I believe it that Alton's got some beasts in there. I was going to ask you something, Cody. I see all these people that go fishing with John, and he's always the one that gets the big fish in the boat. Is there foul play going on? I don't know. I'm gonna have to give him a hard time about that. Hey, Chester, how you doing, my friend? John stopped by one of my lives. Oh, hell yeah, hell yeah. Number four. That's a flatty. Do we got an early bite? Either that or it's a turtle, but I think it's too late for a turtle. That bait don't bounce. See if it comes back. They usually do. Did I see that though? It was bouncing. I gotta be less impatient. It could be a turtle. That's my shadhead. Oh, it just was that me sitting down or was that a bite? I don't know. Cody, that one that I lost, the drag was knocked down and it was screaming. I got maybe, I don't know, 20 feet on it and pop, it came off. Oh, look at this, number 3. See that? Unless they're just little guys, because these are big chunks of bait. But unless my bait's moving, let me see if think I just had 2 bites. Sorry I'm not paying attention to chat, folks, but there we go, there we go. He's back. Number 3, number 3. Remember, dead bait. See it, see it, see it. I don't even have my net ready, son of a gun. It's all right. Oh, that could be a turtle. I hope not. While we're waiting, we will get my net ready. I do not want to lose anything. We take Josh off the screen. I need to check these lines to make sure they're not moving. We'll check that bait if I don't get another tap on it here in a few minutes. If it's a turtle, I'm going to be mad. I'm going to have Susquehanna Stan send Turtle Lady over here and take care of it for me. All right. Let's see. What is going on? Francis, I hear the music of my people, clicker songs. Cody says, Mark, I wonder myself, I gave him crap about it every time I fish with him. You know, I fished Mendota with him, and we struggled all day. He worked his butt off pulling that anchor. I got to say, he was quite the host on that boat. He's a madman. Last like half hour, 3 fish in the boat, all on his side. I was like, son of a biscuit. It's just the way it is. We're going to check that bait for turtle marks here in a minute. Number 4. Unless they're just little channel cats hugging on it. They're decent sized chunks of bait. That's promising. Promising, promising, promising. I got to also remember I got the anchor out the back too. I have a bad habit of forgetting that sucker's there. Up in the air, Ron. What's going on? How you doing? Last of the summer night. Yeah, I don't like this warm weather air. I like a little cooler than this time of year. Uh, all right, I think we need to check that bait. What do you guys say? I hate moving the darn thing. If it's a turtle, it would have hit it again. Yeah, I'm talking to myself. Retired Rick says, I hunted Flathead all night last night, 12 hours. Nothing but a couple blues and a channel. Just can't seem to find the Flathead yet. It's a struggle. It is a struggle. Yeah, that San Chris, I hear, is a good lake to fish. Josh got a Flathead on the Mississippi stream on Sunday, I believe it was. Right, Josh? Congratulations on that one. Oh, something's going on here. I think my buddy Tony's got a fish. Maybe he just got that one I missed. But I've never seen one move that far, that fast. See, this is another hard part about fishing for me, is making them executive decisions on when to pull baits and check them. Oh, number 4. See, it just bounced a tiny bit. Maybe it's a turtle. That's that head. I'd hate to lose that head to a turtle. It's the other good thing about Cut bait. Something's bouncing around over here. Could be the witching hour. A little fishy. Sorry for the silence. Sorry for the silence. Freddie says 117 blues, 83 flathead, and 62 channels so far this year. Awesome job, Freddie. Up away, Freddie in the house. Wheeler Lake and Wilson. That's it. Wheeler and Wilson. I think we're fishing Wilson. I'm not sure. I hope they're biting too. Talked to a couple of people and they said they were, hey, there's Wolf from Custom Rods. Our water temp is dropping. Time is running out. 72 degrees and low. 60s for a high next week. That's what I'm looking for, Wolfram. That's what I want here. I want high 60s. Right now I'm at 74 degrees. I did better on a night where the water temp was 67 degrees last week. And then it warmed up and I ended up with like 110-pounder last live stream. I'm looking for that biggin. Got that 30 when the water temp was 67. Again, I'm no fish biologist, but I think it scares the winter into them, makes them feed up a little harder. Hey, what's going on, Tim? How you doing, bud? Epic catfishing in the house. Mr. Rogers, how you doing? Just missed some bites here, guys. Sampy, hello. We got everybody in here. Look at this. I feel honored. All right, we're going to let these baits sit for 5 more minutes. I'm going to kind of point the camera that way. We got 43 people watching. Thank you for keeping me company, folks. I appreciate you. Epic, I got some big shad. When I go to check this bait here in a minute, I'll show you the head. Like 12 inches. I know a lot of people get them like that quite often, but I don't find them like that too often. And actually, these are the biggest shad I've ever had on my boat, to be honest with you. I always take what I can get when it comes with shad. They're both kind of bouncing. Rods 3 and 4, just barely. Again, it's cut bait this time of year I'm using. So there should be no bounce and there's no current over there. They were pretty much right up against the bank. I think that's what I need to do here with this number 2 rod. Yeah, my buddy Tony behind me, he probably got a fish just there a few minutes ago. I heard splashing because he's got to work early in the morning. He was supposed to be out of here a half hour ago, so something happened that's keeping him here. Freddie, 20 to 30 before the live, none after. Yeah, fish don't like live streams. For some reason, fish don't like my live streams. Oh, there we go. I got a channel cat bite or something in the channel. Did you guys see that? That was a pretty hard strike. Yeah, we could have we're seeing some action here. All right, I need to check these baits. At least that head I want to check. So let's inspect. Let us inspect. All right, let's see what she looks like. Oh, she's still there. That's a good sign. I'm betting it was a turtle. Maybe not. All right, there you go. I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah, but that ain't moving. I need to turn on my rear spot so I can see where I'm casting. There we go. Oh yeah, that's in the money right there. All right, since that one wasn't chewed up by a turtle, I'm thinking that was a fish. I'm not going to bother checking this other one. This one in the channel I can check because that was a passing through fish. That's a hit and run channel cat probably. So I just need to make sure there's bait on there. I was getting more hits on float rigs, and my plan originally was to put, on a spook. My plan originally was to put another one out there, kind of test the waters like I do this time of year, see where they're biting in the water column. I think I'm going to adjust this bait a little bit. I don't like having all this cavity hanging out. It ain't bad when there's guts in there, but when I pull it in, there's no reason to throw that back out. I was getting more hits on rigs a little bit in the water column when I was fishing the channel. So the original plan was to put two out. Right now I just got one. And I'm going to readjust this bait here. See if I can't get it. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's some old timber up there. Since I got two hits, probably the same fish on the shoreline. And that was pretty sure that was a channel cat hit on the other side. You know what? I'm going to do the same thing with this gut pocket here. Since it's empty, I'll just cut it off. Not as close to that wood as I wanted it. We'll try it one more time. I got all night. As I rinsed the bait out one too many times. All right. This is kind of a long cast that I need to keep on target. That'll work. That's a good one right there. All right. All right, let's see what happens. We will give it time. Hoping to get one tonight. Hoping to get one tonight. Avid in the house. What's up, Avid? Hey, talk to you later, Epic. Thanks for stopping by. All right, we can see 1, 2, and 3 real good. Let me adjust this light, see if I can't get 4 to show up a little better. Let's see how that looks on the stream. I think that looks a little better. I think the rods show up even better when I turn off the lights. Let's see what that looks like. All right, so I turned the inside boats off. Okay, you can see the rods and you can hear me too. So we'll leave that there. I promise you, if we get some action, I'll turn the lights on. But that shows up the rods pretty good, so you guys can watch. You guys can yell at me. All right. Tara Fishing says, it's funny. I have the Bachelorette final on my TV. Am I right? And your stream playing on my iPad on my left. There you go. That's a pretty stiff competition for the Bachelorette. Ah, God, I kill me sometimes. That really gets old with my wife. I just tell her how lucky she is. Did I say that out loud? You guys let me know if J Dog comes in here because he's been kind of looking at my posterior, starting to go to my head. I'm getting an ego because of it. What'd Tony say? Why am I asking you guys? I hear him starting up that old 2-cycle. All right, so hopefully we'll get on a fish. Mr. Rogers. Oh, he made me look. I see red and hear bacon. There you go. I told you guys I ate bacon like way too much today. Yeah, it looks like Tony's leaving. Let's see if he swings by here. My buddy Cliffy stopped by and said hello. Think he wanted the spot because after we chatted for a while, he turned around and headed the other direction. Yep, Tony's going to bed. So what happens when you sell Maseratis for a living. You got to get to work on time. Danny. Oh, Danny's still outdoors. There he is. Yeah, I hope he'll come back. It's actually kind of warm. Or if my hat's starting to get sweaty yet. It will. Here, where's Mr. Henges? Hey, what's going on, Lyle? How you doing, bud? We had hits on three rods already, so using that big shad. I know one hit was a channel cat in the channel because it was a strike, not a hit. It hit it and let go. I kind of adjusted my baits, checked to make sure they weren't a turtle. We're gonna go from here. Got plenty of bait, so I'll fish all night. I got monster. Woo! I shouldn't be drinking. Oh, he's coming in. Um, I shouldn't be drinking monster at my age. I'm sure Luke will remind me of that. But man, it'll keep me. One of them around midnight will keep me going till 9, 10 in the morning. Trying to stay really still so I can see the littlest movement on my rod tips. There's hardly any current in this little off. I'm off the main channel of the river here, in an outside bend. Textbook stuff. We'll see. It's a little muddier than I like to fish, but so far so good. We're getting a little bit of action, so we'll see what happens. Fish on Luke. He says, anything other than water at your age is a risk. Yeah, don't take my whiskey from me. There he is, take down catfishing. Kenneth, I might need you to come up here in a little while. Keep me company, bud. Sit tight. I'll send you a link later. I got the link out to Lyle, too. He might pop up here for a little bit. But the plan, Kenneth, is I'm going to fish here until you guys go live and then probably join you guys on your channel. Fish through the night. We're going to go fish that one spot where I lost that beast. And go from there. I guess maybe I should show you guys that spook, huh? Why don't we do that? A little show and tell time here. All right, let's see what we got here. I kept it just to remind me to run the line all the way through. I don't know if you guys can see that, but you notice something? There's no eye on the back of that spook. Ripped it right out. That will haunt me, so I leave that in the boat. I tried to get fancy and put a chain swivel on the back of it because I use these mostly when I'm dragging baits for channel cats. I guess I can't do that anymore. Because I, for one reason, thought that these spooks had a wire that run all the way through them, just like any high quality bait, but they didn't. But that's okay. Live and learn. Kenneth was there. He'll tell you that sucker was dragging. That was rip and drag. Like Luke Hinges ripping into me, giving me issues for my age. Epoxy and new stainless screw eyes. No, I'm not using epoxy. We're not fixing them. I'll replace them and run my leader all the way through it. Which is what I'm doing now. I even went from 50-pound leader to 60. I just ordered a spool of that. That's coming in. That happens every time I lose a big fish, man. It makes me rethink everything I'm doing. Actually, I ordered at 60 when I go to Bama, just in case I get onto a big one. See, Kenneth got my back. Kenneth says, hey, it was a nice one for sure. He was giving me problems, telling me that I just lost another PV. He did that to me for about 3 hours afterwards. He's worse than that Luke Hinges guy. Always giving me the business. J Dog is always looking at my butt. What a perv. All right, now we're quiet. The wind's picking up. Up, there we go. I just got a hit on number one. Probably little channel cats on that side. Only using 8-aught hooks. But this number one is right out in the middle of the channel. Do, 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 do. I'm humming here. Sorry, folks. Didn't mean to do that. Yeah, send me some pictures, Sampy. I'd love to see him, brother. If you guys don't know Mike Sampy, he lives on the Tennessee, or near the Tennessee, or practically on the Tennessee River. He gets onto some monsters, and he's been fishing all of his life. He's about half as old as Lyle Stokes, which is pretty old. Sorry, Sampy. Sorry, Lyle. Uh, people still saying hello. Danny says, that's why I run a leader from the front out the back. Yeah, I usually do that except when I'm dragging them, Danny. I like to get a swivel in there right before the bait. It causes me a lot less heartache when I'm trolling for channels, but I just got to remember not to use those when I'm fishing for flatheads. See, that's definitely a channel cat bite. Did you see that number one bounce? If not, you can rewind. I think he actually has a screenshot where it looks like, wait, no, 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 no. That's wrong. Wrong, wrong, wrong. So how's everybody been doing fishing? I know Freddie's been killing it. There's JTC. JTC's been killing it too. He's in one of them catfish meccas. Let me know where you guys are catching your fish. I don't need GPS coordinates. And let me know how you've been doing. Have you been struggling? Missy Kennedy, what's up? Okay, got to go check out Tom's fish and go to bed. Whiskers and strips. We're gonna try and get a big one. We're gonna try. Yep. LG Bass is top dog this week. No arguments there. LG Bass is top dog every week, man. I don't care what anybody says. I hear LG Bass can kill a man with a paper clip. Don't ask me how I know this, but that's what I hear. And if you know, keep that to yourself. It's a secret. Maybe I'm talking too loud. Man, I'm going like 100 miles an hour, and I ain't even had that monster yet. All right. It's a fishing live stream. What do we talk about in the fishing live streams all the time except for fishing? We talk about food. Oh, well, let's see what's going on here. Tara says, Luke and I just got back from the Red River of the North, and it was a bomb. Bomb. Oh, there we go. Number three. Number three, number three, number three. Come on. Eat it. Eat it. Yeah, I saw those pictures, Tara. I need to learn some photo skills, especially with a timer. It's still going. Come on. Take it. It's probably not even that big a piece of bait. You guys seeing this? I hope you're seeing this. Let's see if I can aid you. Could be little runts just trying to drag it away too. Runts as in channel rats. Yep, it dropped it. Didn't pull it hard enough to get that bait off the hook, that's for sure. Still got a little bit of slack on the line. Line ain't moved side to side, so we'll see. Signs of life. If they're dinks, that's kind of bad. I don't like fishing where there's a lot of dinks. Sometimes you'll stir up a flathead, but at least I believe you do. Oh, still that number three, still moving. Wonder if it's laying there with it in its mouth. See it? See that, folks? Let me get you a little that light on the situation again. I know people are going to be like, "Don't shine the light at it." I got the light pointed up at the sky. I just kind of lower it till I touch the tips of the rods. Look at this one too. As Mark goes silent. Yeah, it's not a flathead. It's probably some little baby channel cat just nipping at that bait. We will inspect it in a little while here. Or it's a really, really big one. I've been wrong on many a times. If you guys watch my live streams, I pretty much guess everything that I get on the line's a channel cat just to be safe. I'd rather be mistaken and it be a flathead than mistaken and it be a channel cat. I'll never hear the end of it from some of these people. Look at this. Look at this. What is going on in the water over there? We pulled that head up and it didn't look like a turtle was gnawing on it. And this is why I bought that iPad so I can watch these lines in the chat. Because I was looking back at some of my live feeds with the help of my sister from another mother. She was pointing out all the little taps and stuff I was missing during live streams. Never want that to happen again. Cockeyed catfishing. What's going on, Mark? How you doing? And it stopped. Yeah, it's probably a little dink. Can't get it off the hook. Just kind of tugging at it. It's another thing with braid. It communicates everything back to the rod tip. All right, let's see what's going on in chat here. You guys saw rods moving. That's me rocking the boat here. Guerrero was deleting stuff. Tara is saying hi, Don. Tonight we're using big, like 12-inch gizzard shad. Not whole. We got them cut up. Let's see if I can show you guys. I got the tail left here because I don't give free meals out. But here's an example. I wear 2XL gloves, and this little tail piece is the size of my hand for the most part. So there you go. There's the size of the bait I'm using. I cut that sucker up into like 4 pieces. I got like 5 of them, and then I got like oodles and oodles of smaller shad in the 4, 5, and 6-inch range, which I've cut big flathead on them too, but we're going to use the big ones tonight. We are going to use the big ones tonight. Got 8-aught hooks, so if they're the normal dinks that are here during the day, then Yeah, I'm trying, Brad. I am trying, bud. Had some tap, tap, taps, and we had a see. All right, executive decision time. What do I do with this rod number 3? See it? Do I reel down? No, that's just a little one. I don't think it's a turtle this time of night. You guys confirm in chat that you can see that thing bouncing, or am I seeing things? They are circle hooks, though. Yeah, that's a little guy. I don't think that's a turtle this time of night, but we shall see. We shall see. All right. Mark over at Cockeyed Catfish had. I had something come at the boat once. Turtle, snake, something come right at the boat. And I had a paddle ready to paddle. Turned out to be a carp mouthing along the surface. That's pretty cool to see. I see that too in the spring here. Hopefully, I'll get a little experience in the fly rod. I'd like to try fly fishing for carp. That would be cool. See, is anybody in the basement? No, nobody in the basement. Okay, just checking. What's the consensus in chat? Do I want to check that bait and see what's going on? Because it kind of stopped bouncing. Because if I have a whole nother night of getting dinked to death, I'm gonna scream right in this head earpiece on you guys. You guys will never come back. Yeah, it's actually got a little bow in it. Maybe I'll give it a little more. That did cross my mind, Brad. If it's a flatty though, usually you ain't got to, but well, this one's really locked down. All right, we got a little bit. We got a little slack on that one. We'll do the same on all of these. Wow, that must have been. See, I got my drag way too tight on these. Way too tight on this one. There we go. All right. That's all the slack I'm giving them. They don't like it, they can go elsewhere. I can bite a hook if they don't like it. He's still messing with it on and off. I bet you still have bait. Yeah, I'm thinking, there's still bait on there. But, you know, if I pull it in and it's a turtle, I can see it's chewing on it. Definitely want to move the bait or even move spots, Josh. No free meals tonight. I'd charge them shipping and handling too. All right, back to the subject at hand. I started talking about food. What do we got on the boat today? We got some trail mix. Now, Curtis is going to be happy. Curtis, I added M&Ms because there weren't enough in there. So I added M&Ms to my trail mix. I got some powdered donuts. I got some beef and cheese snack sticks. and I got monsters and coffee. So at my age, if I'm not going to be wired in a hospital bed with a heart attack, I'm going to be regular after all that. That's for sure. Did I just say that on a live stream? Yes, I did. Yeah, he quit messing with it, Josh. Here, fishy, fishy. Oh, there goes my buddy Tony. He's leaving. So, Luke, if you're still listening, man, what do you feel about like 1 day warm ups like we had today? It was like 89 degrees here. Water temp went up 4 degrees just in 1 day. But he could be lounging. He ain't got to answer. Or you can tell Tara what to do because she's watching The Bachelorette, which I'm in direct competition with, apparently. I won't sit on my donuts. Mr. Belvedere sat on his once and had to be carried on a gurney. I don't think I've ever watched Mr. Belvedere. I'm familiar with the show, but that wasn't one of the ones I was a viewer of. So I've been thinking about getting one of them Compex lights that I can send way up in the air, get some better pictures. I do need to talk to Luke on how to long arm some fish pics because he seems to be one of the masters. He tried explaining it to me when we were in Mendota, but I don't think I was listening. That's what happens when people that are better at fishing than me talk. I kind of ignore them because out of spite, jealousy, all that stuff. Uh, wait, ask the question again. Haha, sorry, it was a good part on The Bachelorette. All right. How does Luke feel about a 1 day warm up like we had today? It was 89 degrees, had a 4 degree temperature increase in the water in 1 day. And a reason why I ask is because I know that the drop in temperatures will drive this post spawn early or pre winter bite. At least that's what I believe. Is it going to shut them down today? Is it going to make them think, hey, we got a whole summer left? Or do they just not care? Once that is put into motion, it's nonstop. Chad Nolte in the house. What's up, Chad? No, you didn't miss anything. Just a bunch of taps. A couple of strikes on my channel cat rod that's in the channel. When I say strikes, that's because it was a hard hit. These were taps. It's all cut bait tonight. We're using cut gizzard shad, big chunks. We're going to check these baits here in a minute. Thank you very much for the good luck wishes. All right. I think it's safe to check that bait now, folks. Whatever it was, and I think it was a little dinkus, Maximus dinkus. It's okay to check it. Oh, maybe it was a turtle. No, it wasn't a turtle. Was it? Something was gnawing on it. No, it looks like runt channel cats were chewing on it. Move it over a little bit. That's a good shot right there. Haven't had any action on this one. And move it. All right. A little bit of slack in each one of these. And we wait. See if Tara took the time to answer me. Tara says, Luke says he doesn't know if it matters. Honestly, stable and warmer weather will be better. Wasn't stable. We had storms today, wind advisories, the whole thing for about 2 hours. It's been up and down. So barometric pressure was up and down all day. So we'll see. My buddy Tony was out here for like 3 hours. He didn't get nothing, but hopefully he's not watching. He's he's not as good as I am. Ah, he's gonna if he's watching, he's gonna give you so much grief for that when he sees me next time. Either that or he's gonna send me an emoji and a text message. I would know about that. I can barely hear the music from the bar out there. I couldn't even tell you what it was, or else we'd play the trivia game again. All right. Dead Sea Pirates in the house. What's going on? Don says one of my little ice fishing batteries will run a compact light for 24 hours. Yeah, I wouldn't leave it on. I would just turn it on when I'm fighting the fish and when I go to take selfies with the fish because I take terrible fish selfies. Eric B actually told me that. He said, dude, learn how to take fish pictures, he told me. I go, I think you're right. He even tried to give me long arm lessons when we went sturgeon fishing. No joke. No, not messing with Dockery. Haven't messed with Dockery in a couple of days at least. Seen him mess with a couple, but I've been lame though. Thank you, Kenneth. He says, hey, if you haven't, please hit that thumbs up. Thanks. All right. Sounds like someone's coming down the river. Pontoon boat. Actually, I only know one guy with a pontoon boat that catfishes, and he just left. He was fishing in his 16-foot boat. So this bozo can see me. I mean that in the fondest of ways, too. Maybe we'll get a pontoon bite. Yeah, he's turned. He ain't going to kill me. No, pleasure boater. That's actually a cuddy cabin. Probably up on the chain, came through the lock. Now's about the time when they start coming through the lock. I'm guessing it's got to be close to 11, right? By time. You can see boats are rocking. Oh, all right, we're good. Did swing my boat a little bit, but that's okay. We'll recover. We shall rebuild. Y'all gonna be sorry for messing with Dockery when they remake The Wizard of Oz and he gets a Hollywood role. You know, every now and then he makes appearances on these live streams. He gets his revenge there. Do, 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 do. I think we're good. Rods are bouncing, but we still got a little wake bounce going on. You know what? If I don't get a fish tonight, probably just come out and do this again. So Tara killed it on uh, the Red River with Luke. Josh got a flathead. Tom got a new PB Blue off the dock. What else we got going on in fishing world? Don't tell me y'all quit fishing already for the year. Waiting, waiting. Let me see if I got any messages here. Oh, cool. I just got some good news. All right, we're back in the chat. Couldn't sleep, figured Mark bore me to sleep. Thanks, 922. I could end the stream, but I won't. I'd rather I was fishing for channel cats. Fishing freedom in the house. What's going on, Richard? Thank you for the super chat. You don't have to turn on the red light. Just don't call me Roxanne. Please don't call me Roxanne. Maybe we'll get a super chat bite. It's usually not how it works. Here, for that super chat, we'll turn the red lights on high beam right there. There we go. We're back in the saddle again. Hey, Dead Sea Pirates, I like the way you think. He says, I got a feeling tonight's going to be a good night. I broke the curse of Kenneth Powell, so that's a good thing. He did the awful thing of giving me that nickname. Ugh. Oh, it might be time for that monster. You know what? It is time to get jacked. Old man on monster. I don't care what that young whippersnapper says. I do as I please. He can't tell me what to do. Oh. Ooh, it's nice and cold. Get that out of the way. I miss anything? Here we go. There we go. Pop. Pop a top again. Stuff's pretty good. Sweet, but good. Got lots of stuff in my cup holders. Every time I go crappie fishing, I always get loaded up with bobbers and jigs. So Dead Sea Pirate says, is a feeling tonight's going to be a good night? I think it will too. It might be a grind, but it'll be a good night. It will be a good night. So, Richard, what channel is the Mississippi River Rats on this weekend? Did I hear it was on Parker's channel this weekend or yours? I think Parker's, right? Candace says, Mark, hope J Dog doesn't hear Roxanne. He'll come running. J Dog is team leader of Team Pickle Park, which I am not a part of. They had extended an invitation, but I told them, no, not me. I'm not that way. Not that there's anything wrong with it. I'm secure in my section and who I am. Josh says, I've drank exactly one of these in my life. Thought I was going to have to go to the ER. I could feel my pulse beating in my neck. Never again. We got something again on this number 3. I just caught that out of the corner of my eye. And I did leave slack in that thing. Yeah, that's just something nipping off little pieces. That's not the head. That's like a big body section, and it looks like whatever it was working on the gut pocket. I really think it's like dink channel cats, but that don't mean that a big flathead ain't gonna come in here looking to eat. Oh, it's crying, whatever it is. That's your average channel cat like I've been catching this year on this river. It ain't gonna get that chunk in its mouth. All right, it looks like that drama's over. I didn't bring my bait rod unless I'd have that out there because I don't need bait. I'm tired of catching drum with it. Little ones. Yeah, I'm wasting my time with that bait in that spot. Because that is not a flathead. All right, Richard says, okay, Mark just got up. Back to bed for me. Good luck. We'll stick a pig, bro. Thank you, sir. You know where to find me in the morning. I'll probably be on Hog Legs channel when you get up to go to work. So we'll see you then. Tell you now, I got us catching flathead on everybody's stream except my own. I did catch one on that Sunday stream. Oh, that's a flathead. There's one in the neighborhood. Something just smashed some bait on the side. Woo. All right, sit tight, folks. This is going to happen. Quiet. Thanks again, Richard, if you're still here for the super chat. Appreciate you, bud. I like to think I can hear a flathead when they're feeding. They got that big broom tail, especially in these shallow waters. They'll do like that swooping motion with their tail when they hit a bait. Doesn't sound like a carp, doesn't sound like a bass. Sounds like a flathead. Oh, nothing yet, squirrel. We just got out here at 10 o'clock. We're fishing with big baits. Trying to get on a big flathead tonight. I'm hoping for one fish tonight. Anything after that would be a bonus. I've done better. I've done worse. What are you doing up, squirrel? Don't you work in the morning? James Alba, what's going on, my friend? Hopefully you're doing better every day, bud. I've been thinking about you. But that don't mean you can come in here and cause trouble. We're gonna keep an eye on you. Just heard it again. You know what I can do? Interesting. Have I been crappie fishing? Yeah, I went crappie fishing a week before last. I went over to Rock Cut State Park. I got like six dinks, and I got one like nice, what was it, 13-incher? But once I found them, it took me a while to find them. Once I found them, the wind wouldn't keep me on them. I was blowing all over the place to a point where I just like gave up. But I had a fun time chasing them. It's getting to be that time of year. I'm going to finish out this flathead season here in the next couple of weeks. Then we'll switch it over to walleye and crappie, definitely. Oh, there we go. Uh, little guys in the channel. I know if I switched them over to 5-aught hooks, I can get on them little ones, but that's not what I want. I can catch them after the flathead go to bed for the most part. Right now, I'm looking for the big ones. Looking for that 40-pounder. Almost started singing Haz's takedown song. I was going to bring something up. Oh, all right, guys. You guys know that I lost Coco a couple weeks ago. Been pretty sad without her, ain't gonna lie. Grown man, broken-hearted over a dog. Everybody makes fun of me for that. You're a horrible person. I got an opportunity to pick up a dog. You might see in the morning. I'm kind of torn between getting a new one so quick and having to train a puppy. I don't know. What do you guys think? Winter's coming. I hate to train a puppy in the winter. Been there, done that. Not fun. I want a boat dog. This one's not particularly a boat dog, but it is in that breed wheelhouse that I've always had. So I don't know. We'll see. I'd like to get a wiener dog, but my wife will steal that from me. Them dogs love to go fishing. At least all the ones that we've had. They've always loved fishing more than any other dog. Hey, thanks for stopping in, brother. I appreciate it. Oh, Just had a big hit on the head again. That was a bend. Make sure it's not picking up and moving that bait. Nope. Probably just a channel cat picking it up and moving it. Once it got to the end of that slack, I left in it. Gave up on it. As I go quiet. Too early to get a pup. Back to it. Van says, get you a J pup. Not on your life. Robin C. I will be training a dog in the winter. I am getting a Great Dane October 7th. Robin, I hope you got a shovel. Great Danes are cool dogs. I like them big dogs. My only problem is they don't live as long as I need them to live. So, I'm sorry to hear that too. Squirrel says, "Man, I'm sorry I lost my Coco last fall. Tore me up. Still miss my baby girl pup." Yeah, I might be getting a Frenchie. I have an opportunity to get one. I like my English bulldogs, but usually I take the dogs that find me, especially bulldogs. I had a vet who was pretty fond of me there for a long time. And whenever she came up, I just had another hit on number one. Whenever I had a hit, whenever I had a, or she came across a bulldog that needed a home, I'd always get a call. So I had got my last two was through her. You know, they ain't cheap dogs. I didn't even look to see what they cost nowadays because she had moved back to Missouri. But she moved with and married some guy in Texas. I think that could be too. All right. Well, that was a little more excitement for me. Hey, what's going on, Chris? How you doing? Chris, Money River Catfishing in the house. What's going on, bud? We had our box. We had to put our boxer down last 4th of July. I'm sorry to hear that, man. That's always rough. We had a big old 120-pound. Actually, it was a rescue dog that we had rescued while it was older. The dog was 168 pounds when we got it. My wife got it down to like 118 pounds, I think. And in the middle of my parents' 30th wedding anniversary, the, the dog had a stroke. It was horrible. Yeah, we've had plenty of dogs. Plenty of dogs. Yeah, all sorts of stuff happen to all of them. See if I can get back on the signal here. Get back to live. There we go. Got anybody in the basement? Nope. I keep forgetting to check. Kenneth, you want to come up for a little bit, buddy? I'll send you a link. Here, Kenneth, I'll forward you the link in Messenger, bud. Let me find it here. All right. There you go, Kenneth. Sent you a link. If you want to send that to Hogleg too, feel free. I don't have my email with me, so. All right. Brad, are you done work? Are you not working tomorrow? You gonna be hanging out with us all night? Kenneth, speak up in chat when you get in the basement, bud, so I can let you in. Again, hold on. Hold on. Number 4. Come on. This is killing me. Think tapped to death. Little baby channel cats gnawing on my bait. See, there it is again. That was a flathead out here in the channel. Let's hope I find some bait out there. Come on. All right, let's go back to chat here. Cool. I'll send you. Are you on Facebook, Brad? Oh, you're on Facebook, ain't you? I'll send you that link too, bud. Let me get back in there, and I will forward that to you too, Brad. Brad, yeah, there you are. There you go. Sent you the link, Brad. There you go, bud. You and Kenny got the links. Kenneth saw it, so he'll be coming up here shortly, I'm guessing. Hope you guys will bring me some luck. Get these suckers a bite. Here, fishy, fishy. Robin C says. Check the basement here in a second. Let you, both of you fine gentlemen up here. Nope, I don't see anybody yet. It's happening though. Hopefully I sent you the right link. I think we're going to get here, folks. I really do. Oh, somebody popped in. We got guests. Brad, there he is. Ed. What's
Hey, what's
going
up,
on,
Mark?
Brad? How you doing? I'm hearing all sorts of action here all of a sudden.
That's a good thing. Came in at
That
the
is a
right
good thing.
time.
Yeah, I maybe you're my good luck charm. Where's that Kenneth? He's usually my good luck charm. Until he gives me the silly nicknames that feel like a curse that lasted me for what, like 2.5, 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I just had what looked like one surface back here behind the boat, off towards the channel side.
That
See, I
that
always start
happens. That happens a
yeah,
lot.
yeah. When they're feeding, they'll come up, especially in 3 feet of water, man. They got no choice. You know, it's easy for them to come up from the bottom, well, but usually, their eyes are pointed up.
Oh
They're
yeah.
attacking bait. So let me turn my volume up here a little bit. Here a little low. I don't see Kenny in here. Kenny's probably putting his britches on. Either that or he's getting a snack before he comes on. Because I'm going to wear him out tonight. And not in the way that J Dog thinks.
Yeah. Hopefully you can hear me a little better.
Yeah, I can hear. I just had to turn it up on my end. I probably had it real low because I was listening to my earbuds the other day while I was out doing stuff in the garage, so I didn't have it too loud. We'll see. This is usually a pretty good spot. I haven't fished here on a live stream yet, just because I don't want everybody to see me fishing this spot with all my lights on. You know what I mean?
Oh, I can understand that.
So I kind of stayed away from this spot, hoping to get on something here. This spot usually produces pretty good during the day and at night, so I can't
Heck
complain.
yeah.
But it's a waiting game in this spot though too.
Yeah. But most good flathead spots usually are.
Yeah. I wish I could compare them to AJ8 says, "Who's got gas?" I don't have gas. I, um.
No, it's probably the paint bottle.
Oh, are you painting?
Yeah, I'm mixing up a special color. Trying to get that tent right.
You know what would be kind of cool? No, maybe we better not say it on this during a live stream, but I think you could probably. We'll talk later. I came up with an idea that you might be able to do.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I've got quite a bit better with it. It's a
Yeah.
little bit of a learning curve, and
Well,
I bought some little more expensive compressor and stuff today since I was able to actually get up and around and out. That made life so much better.
yeah, when you got the tools that you need that work and don't break. I mean, God bless Harbor Freight, but when you're using a Harbor Freight this or that and it breaks in the middle of a job and you got to make a trip out somewhere else, so you're usually not too happy when that happens. At least I'm not.
Yeah. Well, I bought a really good gun and I cheaped out on the compressor, and it serves its purpose, but it's not very efficient, if you know what I mean.
So, what kind of paint do you use that's waterproof?
Yeah, well, that's why the clear is so important.
Okay. Now, do you use that UV clear that I see a lot of guys using? That stuff's pretty cool.
This stuff is pretty cool. I got this. I've been watching a lot of lure painters on YouTube, and they got a diamond clear coat that I'm using. It's kind of pricey, but it's worth it. Worth it in one aspect and not in another.
If
If
you're
you know.
if you're making a custom job for somebody, I got some ideas that would look pretty cool on my shelf, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I got some. I made some pretty sweet ones with colors that you would not expect to go together. And once I sprayed them, I'm like, man, that looks 100 times better than I could have ever thought it was going to.
Now, I'm not too shy to give you this tip. A lot of the logos and stuff that I work on for people, whether it's attorneys or friends or whatever, I go and I go into Google and enter an Adobe color wheel, and
Yeah,
that'll give you all the colors that go together, man. That's like I was so surprised how valuable that tool has. I found that to be in the past couple of years. It's been crazy.
heck yeah, that's awesome. I never even thought about trying to find one. Now I'm gonna have to download it and try
No,
to
you don't
get
even have
one.
to download it. It's just like in a browser. So
Oh, no kidding.
yeah, let's say if you want to match like let's say Georgia Bulldog red, just because Hog Lake brought it up. You
Yeah,
can look up the hexadecimal. Now we're getting really geeky out here. You can look up the hexadecimal value of that color, enter it into the color wheel, and it'll give you every color that matches with that color mathematically and visually. Yeah.
that'll be interesting. I sprayed some like swatches on some cardstock and kept doing it until I got the tent that I felt it was close enough.
Uh-huh.
Which, I mean, it works, but it involves a little time.
Yeah, the more you can, I guess, the more you can do stuff virtually, the less product you're wasting. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
I imagine there's probably some color mix calculators out there for that stuff too. That say,
Oh, I
hey, a
bet.
couple drops of this, a drop of that, just like in a paint thing.
Oh
Look
yeah,
at
I bet you're right.
2 stands with the $2.22 super chat. And Don R says, Mark, I sound weird. Do I sound like a robot?
It's clicking. I didn't know if it was on my end or not.
I think that might have been. Was I clicking before you came on? I don't think so. No one
No,
complained about it before that.
I'm gonna back out and come back in.
All right, that'll work. I'll be here. I ain't going nowhere. I'll keep an eye out for you, Brian. Thank you, Stan. I appreciate the super chat, my friend. The sizzling $2.22 super chat. That means I got a drink, don't it? It does. I don't know. It ain't alcohol, but at my age, these monsters will treat me the same way. Oh, somebody popped in here. Let's see who's here now. We got a guest here. Brad's back. Add the stream. Come on in, bud. Are you in?
Yep, I'm here.
Oh, that does sound different. It sounds clear as a bell on my end. Hopefully it's the same in the chat. Stan, let us know how it sounds now. Don R says it sounded like the guy had gas. It wouldn't be the first time, Don. That'll happen. You still there, Brad?
Yeah, I'm still here. It's still doing it, Mark.
Oh, it is, huh?
Yeah, I don't know. It's Van says it best. It sounds like a bullfrog clicking. He said not.
You know what?
Cliff said not as bad.
All right, let me check. What's going on, Cliff? How you doing, bud? I wonder if Cliff's on the fish. He's probably got 3 in the boat already. I'm gonna switch your pieces and see if it's different. I mean, I got good signal here. Say something, to Brad. Okay, got stereo. I'll put this one in. Maybe the charger's running down. How's that? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, let me know in chat if it got worse, better, or whatever. Cliffy, I had some channel cat bites. I got some dink channel cats, I think, gnawing on these big chunks of shad. They can't get it in their mouth, so we're going to wait them out here for a little while longer. Says, oh, it was blurping, never stopped. Hey, Brad, don't go anywhere. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to come back in. How's that sound?
All right. Sounds good.
Sit tight. I'll be right back. I don't want to hit end. I want to hit leave. Oh, wait. We got another guest in here. There's Takedown. Add to stream.
Hey, how's everybody doing?
What's up, Kenneth?
Takedown.
Hey, Kenneth, I'm going to leave and come back in. All right, bud?
Okay, man. How you doing, Brett?
Oh, I'm doing good, buddy. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good right now. I'm stuffing my face.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
It's breakfast time. Eating supper for breakfast. Getting ready to get going. Running me a pot of coffee.
I should have did that myself.
Getting ready to rock and roll. Didn't sleep too much today. Kind of restless. Couldn't sleep. But it's okay.
I've been doing that the last few nights and not wanting to sleep or just can't. And I'm like, ah.
Yeah, right, I'm back, but my earpiece disconnected.
Uh-oh.
That's okay.
Stop doing it.
It did stop doing it. Maybe it was my ear. Well, it could be anything because I came in and out. Let me restart.
Yeah, it could be earpiece and it could just be it's been connection for some reason.
What was it doing?
It was like clicking in and out. I don't know. It was one of those weird things.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm back. I'm back on my earpiece. How's that, fellas?
Sounds good.
Yeah, I don't hear it.
Good deal. Now I can turn this volume back down a little bit because Kenneth's got that deep voice ringing in my ear.
Sorry about that, Mark.
That's all right. Just don't let it happen again.
Don't sit on your donuts.
I'm not trying. I'm trying not to sit on my donuts. I got them in the front of the boat, so that doesn't happen. You're the truck driver. You know all about sitting on donuts, but those are inflatable ones, though.
I never used one. I thought about it a couple of times. I had air ride seats with thick cushions, good cushions in my seat. So
yeah, they put them same air ride seats in boats these days, right?
yeah, they got to be comfortable because they were in the trucks. I know that.
They're a fortune. They ain't cheap, that's for sure. I got no idea what they are, but I think I want to say I've seen them right around $1,000 a piece.
Yeah, they ran $1,000 on up to $1,500, just depending on if you get the lumbar, the massage, the heat, and all that stuff on.
No need to stop at the pickle park with that bad boy.
Now, if you do your best lock your doors, if they see that seat, they're gonna want to come in.
Don says it's better. Cliff says, I don't count the channels. I lost count. You had that many channels? Cliff's the guy I was talking to earlier. I don't know why I'm not getting on anything here, Cliffy, but we're gonna stay at it. We're gonna stay here for a couple hours, 3 hours. Where are we going? We going to Hog Legs tonight at one a.m. my time, bud?
Yeah, gonna be on Hog Legs channel tonight.
If you'll have me, I'll go up there.
Oh man, you know that you're a staple. You'll give me. That's two stands, my Virginia brother. What's up, my James River fishing Virginia brother? That's
What's up,
on my
Brads?
bucket list to do pretty quick too. I got to go check Mr. Stan out. Me and him got to have us a conference and do a little fishing.
Up, 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 up. Look at this.
Welcome
Number
in,
4.
Stan, Dale Hayslip. If I didn't say hi yet, Don R. I always like to say
Hello,
hi
Dale.
to you.
Yeah, yeah.
If
I
I
chatted
didn't,
most
I'll
of them
do it
out.
again.
I showed it most of them out in chat, but the ones I didn't, howdy. If I didn't speak to you, say hey, knucklehead, say something to me.
Hey, knucklehead. Say something to me. Up.
Pull up the catfish and crappie, Mr. Flathead, sir.
Don't put that evil mojo on me.
Hey, name fits, man.
You know what? I might have to get me a shirt that says that. It's gonna
Hey,
say
that'd
on the
be cool.
back, Kenneth calls me Mr. Flathead. That's kind of humble, ain't it? That's not
Yeah,
taking
that's
credit.
cool. I'm good with it if you good with it.
Man, Cliffy, if see those I don't want to put little baby shit out there. I'm gonna move this bait over here. I'm gonna move this a little further back right behind the boat. Oh, the sucker was stuck in the mud too. All right.
Yeah, Mr. Two Stands is telling everybody about the weights from Tidal Weights. And this Mr. Brad sells them. He's the man. You can't beat his weights. Good, great drifting weights. I still got to use my drifting weights, man. I get my boat going. I'm about to die to use them, especially them purple ones. They so sexy, gonna make the fish jump on the hook.
I'll be using mine in Bama. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I did use them at in Madison when I was there. They worked terrific.
Yeah, I love the weights. You ain't gonna find a better price that I know of nowhere. And they good clean weights too. I mean, the ones I got from when they come in the box were just as clean as none of that old black dust and nothing, man. I mean,
I couldn't even tell you what they cost. Brad just showed me them weights, and I said, "Here, take my money."
yeah.
They're $250 for non-brass and $275 for brass side. Have one up
Hey,
a
now
little bit.
let me ask you something out of my ignorance here. I saw you post a picture of some weights that had brass on both ends, kind of looked like a big old elongated teardrop. What are those?
They're trolling sinkers. They're what
How do you use
Chunky.
them?
They're what Chunky uses. You basically put them in place like you would a spook, and you put a hook off the back of them. A lot of people troll with them. They'll call them trolling
Okay.
sinkers.
Look at that. Cliffy got on 9 or 10 channel cats already. What size hooks he's getting them on?
Heck yeah.
Cliffy, I think Cliffy uses them Nocturnal Nation hooks, if I'm not mistaken.
They good hooks, man.
There's a lot of people that actually use them. I prefer that style of hook anyways.
They got a few. Which one are they that they have that you like?
They have the what do they call it? Where the eyes turn
Laid back. Yeah.
and then
right.
they're circle. They're a circle with an offset. They're an offset circle hook.
See, I always thought I had better luck with straight shank hooks because I've lost plenty on octopus circle hooks. So I don't know. But yeah, Nocturnal Nation reached out to me. Oh, shoot, sometime last year. They're like, "Hey, can we send you some hooks?" I'm like, "Sure. Here's my address." And that was the last I heard from them.
I'll tell you what, that they have a really good hook.
Yeah, I like the hooks. What I like about the hooks is the rubber sleeves at the top of the hook. So when you do a no knot snail and you pull it up tight to the eye, that rubber sleeve help hold it in place. Because sometimes they get a little loose or they back off a little bit, and they help
And
keep them snug and secure. I like it.
you know how you can keep them from doing that?
Loop it, string through the loop when you draw it tight.
No, you can snell it. If you use something that you have handy on your boat that's cylindrical, like since I always have a lighter in my pocket,
Uh huh.
or if you have a screwdriver, like something that's not sharp edged, I'll
Right.
actually wrap the leader around it, grab the hook, and pull, and actually work that knot down tight on it, and I don't ever
Yeah.
have them come back off.
Yeah, I heard
I
that.
use a lot of live bait, so I use double surgeon's loops at the top of my leader. What I do
Oh
is
Yeah.
I
yeah,
just put that loop through the hook point through the loop, and I just
Mhm.
pull them both ends tight that way. That works pretty good for me. But I do cut my hands a lot doing that. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem I have. Been drawing them tight enough where they won't come back a little bit slack. So I
yeah.
draw them tight as I can to get the cutting in my finger. I just stop.
Stan's got an octopus eye. That's the
Yep,
ones I like to
octopus.
use.
Yeah, the octopus hooks. I like them too.
I just like it because it makes it to where you know exactly which side of the eye that you need to run the line through every time. It makes it, for me, idiot proof for me to not throw it through the wrong side of the eye and not get that trigger effect off that hook.
No,
Right.
I'm pretty sure you guys thought I was crazy before this, but now you're really gonna think I'm crazy. But when I'm snelling my hooks, I hum or sing in my head an Allman Brothers song. The song about the guy who's with the lady. He comes in the front door, goes upstairs. So you stick you stick the leader through the front of the hook, right? You go for a spin with the guy's old lady. You hear somebody downstairs, up out the back door you go. Plain and simple. That's how I always remember it.
There you go. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So that was something that came to mind a long time ago. So I do pretty good. I know people that they like burn the end of it, put a little nub on the end of that mono on their leader to get it not to go through. But I've for the longest time I did 7 wraps. Now I do 14 because seven's a lucky number. Why not be lucky twice? So I do 14 wraps. Some people say it's overkill, but it works for me. And I haven't had a snell come loose on mine in a long time. My leader will break before that snell
Yeah.
usually comes up.
Well, that's the nice thing about it. The more you wrap it, the tighter that knot's going to get. That no knot's going to get on that hook. And
Right.
once you get it cinched tight, like I do 9, and they don't come out.
Yeah.
Usually if you break them, like if you snag them up in the boat and you accidentally cut them off or something, you usually have to burn the line back off of it to get them out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I always wrap it whatever alt hook I'm using plus 2 more loops.
Cliff says he's using kale style hooks tonight, though, not circles.
Yeah, I use them
Probably.
sometimes for live bait. Or them ones that look like a V, and it went where instead of being curved, it's like a V at the bottom. You showed them to me last night or night before last, I think it was.
Yeah, the whatchamacallit, they're like the sickle hooks.
Yeah, I forget what is.
The big river hooks, the Gamakatsu big rivers.
Yeah,
See,
yeah,
we used to use the Daiichis, but their wire diameter on the ones we were using are stupid thick. And on the Whisker Seeker, they do not like to set that heavy hook, even on a medium heavy rod.
yeah.
They got to really take it for them to set. I had like 15 or 20 misses in a few hours, and I'm like, okay, I've had enough of this. I took the hook off, put it different, the hook that I prefer on it, and it hooked up first try. I go, okay, that was clearly a problem.
Yeah.
I haven't used the Monitor hooks. I've seen a few people advertising them, but I'm really picky on the hooks that I use.
Yeah, I see a lot of
What?
advertisement about them hooks, but I hadn't tried them yet.
Yeah, I got friend requests from the guy who owns them, I believe, and like half of his pro staff. So it'd be interesting to see what they got, what them hooks look like. I'll try
Yeah,
any hook a couple times. I don't care. I got hooks that I don't like, and I won't mention them in live streams. You ask me on the side, I'll tell you what I think of something. But other
yeah,
than that, it's not my place. I'll tell you what works for me, and that's these Eagle Claws L197s, and obviously the Mustads work for me pretty good.
yeah. Mustad has a pretty good hook. I just try to find something that's affordable because I like to try to buy. If I find a hook I like, I buy it in bulk.
Yep.
I'll buy as many as I can get because it seems like once you find a good product, sometimes it ain't there forever.
Yeah, you're right.
So I don't know. I was going to switch. I've been thinking about switching over to J hooks for flatheads. I think the hookup ratio's better, but I switched because I'm using these big chunks of bait. I switched back over to circles for tonight. I
Yeah,
just moved this bait in number two over like directly behind the boat in the middle of the flat. And I just had some little fish tap on there. I'm debating on whether or not I just need to move like now rather than waiting for hog leg show.
that's that's usually why I use a circle hook. Cause so I don't always use a big bluegill or anything when I'm fishing for the flatheads, but I like to have that gap and that space in it.
Uh-huh.
And I don't like to take in. I like to try to get in a little deeper on the fish than what most people would because if they sometimes they like to short strike and they'll rip that bait right off there.
Oh yeah.
So I like to try to get in a little deeper on that, right just above that dorsal. I try to get in there pretty good to get a good bite on the fish.
Hello, Halana. How you doing, dear? Stan says I usually wrap it at least the number of times the hook size. So 8/0, I wrap at least 8, 9/0, 9, and so on. That's a good rule of thumb.
Yeah, that'd be a good way to remember for quite a bit of people actually. I usually use 8/0. I hardly ever use a 10.
Yeah, me too for the most part. 8/0 works for my waters. I'm happy with it. I can catch reasonable channel cats with an 8/0. If I go to a 5/0 on the river here, I'm getting dinks like crazy. If I'm
Yeah,
fishing my little electric only lake, I'll use 5/0 just because I'm there to mess around. But other than that,
yeah, I can understand that. The only reason why I don't use a 10 because most of the time in our normal waters, if I put a 10 on there and they go right through their eyes every time, and I feel bad for it. So I'm like, I'll downsize.
Dead
I
Sea
usually,
Pirate says Minotaur Hooks has all styles and sizes. J Armstrong 25 gets 25% off your order. 25%, that's a lot.
that's pretty good.
It's been slow, Halana. We've been getting a lot of dink taps here. That's been normal the last couple of times I've been out. I'm using larger size chunks of shad. So I mean it's gonna have to be a pretty big fish, or at least a flathead at least, to get that bait down.
I wonder how much them run a 25 pack of them.
That's what I usually order mine in. I was looking at the hooks over on Dale's Tackle since I'm going down to Bama. Um,
Yeah,
I was going to ask Doc what he recommends for that water and just pick up whatever he tells me to get.
yeah, and that's usually actually who I usually buy my brass eyes through is Dale's Tackle because
Yeah.
usually they're a little better priced than some people sometimes. Every once in a while I find them cheaper somewhere else, but it ain't usually by much.
Well, I'm looking for bigger hooks for down there. I tried to get those L197s in like a 10 or a 12/0, and I can't find the 10s. Don't think they make 12s. I could be wrong. Lyle says I should just try the 2022s. I haven't looked for them yet. I still might.
Yeah.
So the 2022, I think, is the saltwater version of the L197s. Oh,
Hmm.
wait, what's going on here? Oh, I thought I was missing somebody. I saw the little icon keeps popping up for people in the basement. I don't know why he does that. Stan says we want 10/0 or 12/0 when we're using the whole 12-inch James River gizzards.
Yeah.
I got
I I don't ever put that big of a bait on. If it's 6 inches, that's a big bait for me.
Same here, bud. That's how I did. This is the first time I got these big old gizzards that I found. So I got smaller ones, and we may use them later. But I wanted to put these to work since I caught them.
If we catch a bunch of bullheads, that's about the only other time that you'll actually see me put a decent sized piece of bait out, is using a whole bullhead. That don't happen very often. Usually we hit the bluegill up because they're so easy to catch in our area.
Yeah, bluegill are easy for me to catch where I'm at too. I got a couple of good. Well, I got one bullhead spot, but it's like an hour and 15 minutes away, so I don't get out there too much. I think I was out there twice this year. The place I had that was close to home here, it's all overgrown, like horribly bad. I can't get a bait past the surface of the water. What I need to do is I need to go out there at night with a kayak anchor and just drag a hole free and go back there the next day.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I don't think that's illegal or not, but they're invasive species. They've tried to kill them off a number of times in that spot, so I don't think anybody will matter. Dead Sea Pirate says Minotaur hooks has hooks for panfish all the way up to gator hooks. Switched to them because I legit got tired of missing fish. Got a video of them on my page. Cool, I'll have to check that out, Dead Sea Pirates. DSPF. I'm going to call you DSP for easy. That's a mouthful.
Oh, I didn't even realize Kenneth hopped down.
Did he hop down? He probably got bumped. I don't see him in the basement.
That might be why you got the notification for the basement.
No, there's nobody in there. Let me see if he's down in there. Kenneth is in there. Add to stream. Kenneth, you back with us, buddy? Nope, I don't hear him. Do you hear him?
I don't hear him, but he might have walked away for a second.
What's going on, Tim? No, I wasn't sick. My wife was sick. I didn't want to leave her at home, bud.
Oh, I can understand that.
Welcome to the stream, bud. Yeah, I took her to the doctor. She was so sick during the day, and then she wasn't feeling well. She's still not feeling great, but she's on the mend, so that's good. She's got some stomach problems and stuff. So what can I say here? Kenneth says, "Hey man, I was in there, he froze. Okay, well I added you too there. Let me know when you come back in, Kenneth. I'll add you back. Oh, why do I keep turning my camera off? Fat finger and stuff. No, he's not in the basement. All right. When Kenneth comes back, executive decision. All right, we're going to move some baits around, Brad. Let's see. Is Kenneth coming back in here? You might have a clone because you told me you were sick today on Messenger. Yeah, that was a clone. That wasn't me, but I do have a clone. If you accepted that latest friend request, that was a clone, Tim. Tim, you know what I'll do? Oh, are you on Messenger? I do have a clone, Tim. I got a ton of messages. Let me see. I'm going to send you right now. Or are we not friends here? Tim Molina. All right, Tim. I just sent you or I'm sending you right now. And I am. That's the real me, bud, just so you know. That message I sent you, buddy, that was me. The other guy's a clone. Yeah, I've been getting tons and tons of messages. Somebody cloned my account on Facebook, and I don't know why anybody would want my last name. That thing's kind of hard to spell. Let's see. Oh, wait, we got someone in the basement. Somebody knocking at the door. Somebody ringing the bell.
Ooh.
Oh, it's Kenneth. I'm going to move some baits around. You guys entertain yourselves.
Yeah, I knocked myself out of the style where I picked my phone up and come in here to the living room, get in my recliner, and I knocked myself out. Then I come back, I sat in the basement, I said, Mark must not see me. He said the light keeps coming on like somebody in the basement, but it does it all the time.
I,
I
I
just
can't.
checked. I just checked a second ago, and you weren't in there, Kenneth.
Yeah, I come back out to come in and check because that's the only way I can do it on this phone. And I come back
Yeah.
in and check, say, hey man, I was in the basement, I'm freezing. That's when you checked it. You say, yeah, he's in there. I don't know what was in there. It must have been just what I heard. My impression of where I was in there, I guess.
How you doing,
I
Tim
sent.
Molina?
I sent these baits way the heck out there.
Hey man. Hey Tim Molina, what you doing, brother?
I usually don't like to launch them out that far from Flathead because there's a bad habit of losing them when you do that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's easy to
the
do.
farther they said, the longer you got to fight them and get them in, that's for sure.
It's funny because the one flathead spot we fish, there's a little creek that comes out, and there's in the one little section of the river on the other side. On the other side of it, there's a pretty good sized hole, and then it's got a hole behind it. Well, there's a log right on the back side of the hole, and it's been there forever. So I always cast over the spot, and then once I feel it hit that log, I'll pull it up and over and set it right down in that hole.
Uh huh.
And I'll give it like 2 turns, and I'll be like on the front edge of it. And I guarantee you, every time I do it, I pull them bluegill right through them flatheads, and it don't take very long for them to get them.
Yeah, I bet they jump on them.
It's pretty cool doing it because Jason asked me one day, he's like, how do you hit that spot every time? I'm like, I cast over it and I keep reeling until I feel that log, and then I know I'm there.
I got a couple spots that are kind of like that too, where you just got to feel the bottom.
Yeah,
Drag it, drag it, drag it.
it's one of those spots that you can't pass it up because it's always got something in it, and you just
Uh huh.
you could pull, 5 or 6 10-pounders out, or you could pull a couple 20s, or I caught a 30 there. I've caught more flathead off of that spot than I have probably any other spot.
I got a spot just like that, not far from here. It's a daytime spot, and if you're around in the morning when I'm packing it up, you'll notice that I stop there every time before I end my day of fishing. So
You always got to check it.
gotta check it, see if somebody's home. All right, let's
It-
see what I missed in chat. Tim Molina says might have a clone. Yep, gotcha. Good. All right, yeah, that's the real me, Tim. So the other one's a clone. You can go ahead and unfriend him and report that other bozo.
It's crazy, man, what people are doing on these social media places.
Well, they got scripts that do it. It's no big deal. I mean, it's easy for them. All they do is click a button. They find one person and they enter that person's URL in the script, and the script downloads the friends list and sends out friends requests after it creates it. They don't even look at your account. It's all
I,
automated. You
I
got to
done
do
had
nothing.
my mother-in-law sent me a friend request 5 times, and I never, no, I've been. She's one of the first ones that I was friends with when I got on, and I just said it's crazy. I just delete them. I don't even accept them or nothing.
Mother-in-laws are prime targets for not accepting friends requests from, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah,
Just kidding, all you mother-in-laws out there.
I was gonna say better hope you don't think what.
Let's see what
I
time we
love
got here.
mine though. She's just like a mama to me. She still treats me fine, man. She's a good lady.
All right, Kenneth, here's the plan, buddy. It's
Huh?
12:05 my time, right? We're
Mm-hmm.
going to finish the stream out here on this spot, right? Because I can't catch a flathead on my own stream. And then we're going to go over to Hog Leg after that. But in the meantime, after once I end this, I'm gonna reel up, put everything away. I got a long ride to go in the dark here, so I'll make the
Okay.
trip all the way down there, and then I'll come on stream. Or if you guys want to go for a ride, I'll get on before I leave. I can do that too. You let me know what you want to do.
Whatever you feel like you want to do, buddy, bro.
Don't matter to me.
We're
Don't
all
matter to
along
me.
for the ride.
I'll probably
Stink over
drop by.
stink.
I'll probably drop
Let's.
by about another 45, 50 minutes and go to the bathroom, get me another cup of coffee, and come back in the basement on hog legs.
D, that's Brad from Tidal Sinkers in the other box. He says he couldn't read your tag under there on his phone, probably.
Oh yeah, probably so.
That's the home of the best weights you'll ever buy, right there.
What's up, Dink over Steak? How are you, buddy?
I'll stand behind my man Brad in a heartbeat. I'm still loving my weights, man. I don't go enough and lose too many. I
don't
got
lose very many either.
I've been pretty good this year about losing. Most of the time I lose 2 or 3 every time I go, but this year I've been pretty good. I got hung up Saturday in that contest we was in, and I got the weight and the swivels back. I just broke the leader off. I had to break a leader off. I got hung up fishing and went straight into a layup, man. I'm thinking it was a flathead, but I don't know.
Since you're flathead fishing, I'll put my flathead picture up.
There you go.
There you go.
Nice fish.
I gotta get back out of chat so I can see it.
Okay, buddy.
Hey, so
Oh,
did you guys see the thumbnail from tonight? How'd you guys like that? Was that all right or was that bad?
yeah, I like it. I like that post you put up with the music. And then he said, "Put that on a cracker, dude."
Oh, on TikTok. You heard that, huh?
Yeah,
I did that
seen
just
it.
for you, Kenneth.
I made a comment on it.
I haven't
Yeah, I
checked
like
it since I posted it. So
I thought that was pretty good.
Always see those all the time on Facebook.
I'm getting taps on number 3. It's probably another little one. Because that one's straight out back in the flat. I threw a bottom rig into the channel too.
I'll mute myself for just a second. I'll be right back.
We'll be here.
Okay, buddy. Dink over Stink. What's up, buddy? How you
Kenneth,
doing?
I finished that monster, buddy. So you're stuck with me all night, brother.
Yeah, man. You gonna be vibed up, ready to roll tonight, then.
I hope you ate your Wheaties or the calf fries, whatever gets you going.
Yeah, man. I had me Salisbury steak with stuffing and butter beans tonight. Lima beans.
Oh, there you go. Now, who made that for you?
My daughter cooked tonight, man.
Caitlin made that for you. God bless her.
Yeah, she made it. She said, "Dad, I didn't lay it down. I lay it down, man. I don't know, about 3 or 4 o'clock. I said, you know what? I might just sleep till the show comes on." And then she woke me up when she come in. She said, wait a minute, don't swing. I said, I ain't gonna swing. She said, well, I know how you are. She said, I was letting you know, I know you sleep. I said, yeah, it's all good. She said, I gotta get me a cook or something to eat. She said, don't worry about it. I'm cooking tonight. So lay back down and get you another nap. So I never could go back to sleep. Once I wake up, man, I can't go back to sleep. So I was thumbing through the YouTube. And I see.
Dink over Stink says, I like old stale cracker, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry to hear you've been down with a pinched nerve in your back. I got to go get an MRI for my back here this week.
Oh, man. I hate that too, man. I know that's some pain. Ooh, Lordy. I had to slip disc about. Go ahead, Mark.
DSP says, all the fish I caught on your channel the other night, KP, was on a 12-aught Big Sue by Minotaur hooks. Cool.
Minotaur hooks, a Big Sue. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot about them. I think they're taking off and they're jumping pretty good. A lot of people look like they're trying them and using them. I'm gonna have to check them out.
I think they also got a pretty deep pro staff too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of people, on the pro staff. So I'm gonna check them out. I'll probably try the hooks out too. I'm sure it will. You don't know whether you like them or not unless you try them. So
This is true. I'm gonna if I get them, if I get some of them, I'm gonna try my channel cats first.
yeah, yeah.
Because if I try a new hook like I have in the past and I miss flatheads on them, oh man, I get so mad. Because then I got somebody to blame other than me, Kenneth. That always isn't a good thing.
Yeah.
All right, Tim says, question, is everyone getting a ton of free COVID tests in the mail every month? I have a stack of them. Jeez, no, I haven't gotten a single one.
No,
Not a one.
we got like 2 or 3, something like that. And Caitlin used 2 of them. Went back when she had COVID. One tested positive when she had it, and after she was over, she did another test and showed negative. She never did go to the doctor and not get it. But she did go get a test after her quick test that was sent in the mail. She said she was positive. She did go to the doctor and get the long test. That come back positive too, but we knew she had it by then. Now that's tough. You're living in the same house with somebody with COVID and you try to stay away from them. That
Yeah,
was
my
tough.
neighbor across the street, his son brought COVID home from school. The kid had it for a day or two, like 2 days. His father's going on week 2.5.
Yeah, it looked like
Them
it
young
doesn't
kids
affect
seem,
you.
yeah, the
Yeah,
young kids seem to bounce back pretty quick.
yeah, they do. That's just like babies. They get sick right now overnight, but they'll get rid of it and jump back overnight too.
You know?
That's what I noticed with Caitlin. She didn't get sick too much, but when she did, she was sick. But most time it didn't last long.
Hey, if you guys aren't subbed to Freddy's Outdoor Adventures, if I got a mod still in there, if you can post Freddy's link, that'd be cool. Obviously, I think everybody's probably subbed to Stan. Stan, you can post your link too, buddy. Thank you guys for the super chats. I appreciate it.
Yeah, cool. I can't wait to meet Freddie when he come up here to the dock with Tom in October.
That'll be a good time, definitely.
Yeah. I hadn't met Freddie or his wife yet. I met Chris and Telly at the Tennessee meet and greet. They great
Yo,
folks.
Kenneth, they're good people. I know that for a fact. So don't you go corrupting them, all right?
Hey, Kenny gonna be Kenny, but I'm gonna try to maintain a good status with him. You know what
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, man. They might rub up on me a little bit. If next time you see him, say, "Put that on a cracker, dude." You know.
Put that on a quacker, dude.
Even they done got to watch and stay on cracker. They done heard it from me, one of the two.
And still, I was watching some of his TikToks the other day. I was getting a kick out of that. Time to
Yeah.
hydrate.
Yeah. While we wait, we got to hydrate.
Tim says, what a waste of someone's money. Well, Tim, I hate to tell you, your tax money probably went for that. So technically, it's a waste of your money, bud.
Yeah. Waste of my Social Security.
You know, Kenneth, I meant to bring one of my Whisker Seeker rods out here, set that up with a 5-aught hook just when I was getting dinked to death trying to get on some of these little baby channel cats, but it totally slipped my mind.
Man, that'd be a good idea. Yeah, that you probably snag a few of them with that. What size hook you say?
I'm running 8-aughts tonight.
I'm talking about for the channel cats.
Oh, I'd use a 5-aught if I'm looking to get dinks, like the ones that can't get an 8-aught down.
Yeah, I use 5 and 6-aughts for mine too. Look like you get about hookups. Them big hooks look like I don't really can't get in his mouth as good. That's the problem I have. I mean, you know.
Yeah, usually here if it's a decent channel cat, like a 2-3 pounder.
Oh yeah, it's pretty good size.
They'll get a 8-aught in no problem. It might poke their eye out, but they'll get it down. I'm talking about these little dinks that are ripping and tearing at this bait.
Right.
They don't look like a turtle bite, but
like it wants backlash catch a little bit longer than your finger.
Thank you for posting, Danny and Van. I appreciate you.
Yeah, man. I'm glad to see Mr. Danny Stone get his 1K. Congratulations, my friend.
Yeah,
he keeps losing subs.
Yeah, I
Danny
told him.
he was going up and down. I told him to stop that. The idea is to keep them subs, Danny.
Yeah, that's right.
It looks like
It'll,
Danny got himself a 10.5 foot Mad Cat rod in the mail.
yeah, I see. Could put a post up about it, but I hadn't watched it yet. So I'm gonna go back and watch it. I was flipping through some stuff this evening, so I got to go back and watch that now.
I think
Yeah,
our
that,
boy Aaron sent that to him, if I'm not mistaken.
yep. That's a
Cool.
pretty sweet colored rod too.
Yeah, it looked for. I see him holding it up. I
It's
didn't
just
look at it.
that rod's a little too long. I think Danny's compensating for something.
Yeah, I just I seen it. I flipped through the notification. I see his mouth working, but it didn't have no sound. I said, I'm gonna leave him like that for a little while. I'll come back and watch him later.
You can Danny Stone isn't in that condition too much.
No. Just messing with you, Danny boy.
Danny's a good sport. Me and him had a talk like last week.
Yeah, I see it
We
was a
talked for
short,
a while.
Danny. I'm gonna go back and watch it, buddy. Real. Yeah, it looked like it was a nice rod. Though. I seen it.
Yeah, I got 2 reels that need rods. I'm still undecided on what to get them. I'm also going to sell. I'm selling 2 10-foot whips. Danny, if you want a whip, holler at me. I don't think he uses them that rod. They're what? They're tangling with cats. The whips. They're kind of a lighter, faster tipped rod. And
Yeah,
I got a heavy slime cat, 7.5 footer. I want to get rid of those 3 rods. I've been holding off selling them because I didn't want to ship them, but
yeah.
they're not doing me any good sitting in the garage. So once I sell those, I get a couple of other rods. I got a 9.5 foot whisker seeker rod, but I don't use that's a heavy as well, but I don't use that too often. I wonder if I should let that sucker go.
I heard you, man.
Wonder.
I tell you, you can accumulate some fishing stuff.
Hey, Sandy says morning, all.
It don't
What's
it
up?
don't
Says
take
y'all right.
long.
What's up,
Says it's only
Sylvan
4
Fox?
minutes long. Kenneth, watch the video.
Yeah, I told him I was gonna
Y'all,
go watch it. Yeah, I seen it was a short.
I've never seen Danny say something that wasn't more true than that right there, Kenneth.
Yeah,
He says y'all ain't right.
yeah. I like it. One of us says only 4 minutes. There's one that want an hour and a half. I mean, excuse me, I didn't mean to say that.
Welcome in,
If that
Sandy. Good morning.
didn't get to talking, he can't stop. Then again, just
Never,
messing with you, Danny boy.
never, never a dull moment in the Danny Stone
No,
stream.
Danny's a good dude. I'd like to meet him one day. I ain't had the privilege to meet him yet. I want to go to CatCon, but I couldn't walk around with this old slew foot this year. Hopefully, maybe next year. We'll see how it goes.
You should have went down with LG.
Do what, Brad?
You should have went down with LG when he came down for CatCon.
Yeah, him and Art rode together. I was trying to know they was going. I think it was a last minute get together and ride type deal.
Oh yeah, it probably was.
Yeah, I think at last minute they said, "Hey, I'm going." Yeah, I'll go with you. But yeah, maybe we get hooked up this year and go. I don't know. We'll see. I'd like to. I don't really care about buying a whole lot of fishing stuff, which I probably will buy a few things. I see that. Ooh, yeah, I like that. But I'd rather just go to meet the people. You know what I mean?
There's so
Yeah,
much
I'd
to do
mentioned.
down there. One day is not
Yeah,
enough.
well,
Yeah.
I was going to turn and burn. I was going to go down there, spend the day, spend the night, and come home in the morning, right? Or
Yeah.
vice versa. And then a couple of people are like, "Hey, yeah, you need to come down Thursday." I'm like, "Oh boy, here we go." You know how much trouble I could get into down there on a Thursday and be there till Sunday morning? Holy smokes!
Yeah, it's a lot of it around now. I'm sure you jump in with both feet.
The first time I went down there for CatCon was CatCon 2, and I got, oh man, that was a long hangover.
We went down for Saturday and we came back, and I'd definitely like to spend another day down there because I didn't get to talk to everybody that I wanted to talk to for long enough.
Yeah, that's the thing of it. There's so many people there. It take you a while to weave through. You real quick it and try to meet everybody. Like, hey, how you doing? Shake a hand. Like, kind of like a politician, move on to the next one.
It's almost impossible to shop and then keep up with everybody that's coming through too.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm not gonna carry no money with me because if I carry it, I'm like, ooh, la la la. I got to have it.
They take credit cards, Kenneth. Don't you worry. They'll
Don't
take
be
good
telling
care
me though. Don't be telling me that, Mr. Flathead. Go sit on your donuts. I do not need to do that.
Rods aren't ever my problem to buy, but reels, man, if I see a good deal on a reel, it's hard for me to pass it up.
Yeah, I want to get me one of them good never lost anchors. I like to have me one of them.
They're good. We have one. I like it.
I want one from the skiff. I said I was gonna make one. I can make one, but I said, shoot, I might as well buy it. Help support somebody. I'm gonna have about as much in it anyway by the time I buy what I need to make it, high as metal is now.
We bought one and then Jason made one for a light for off the back of the boat, which we didn't want one that was very heavy. So
right. Yeah, I got a lot of wonder weights I've used for years at the back of the boat.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about Cat River anchors too.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about them too. Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
I got 3 anchors. So I'm set for a while. I ain't lost them, knock on wood.
After I got Daniel's never lost anchor, I appreciate it, even though it's a lot heavier than what we need to do the boat to use for the boat. But I don't have any problem grabbing it and pulling it up in. But other people are like, "Oh, I'll get the anchor." I'm like, "You sure?" I'm like, I got the 17. I'm like, "You sure?" "Oh yeah, I'll get that, no problem." And they reach down to get a hold of it. They're like, "That's a lot heavier than I thought." I'm like, "That's why I said." Like, I got the biggest one he made.
Heck yeah,
my
man.
my shoulders are a wreck in the last year or so. They've really been bothering me. They think it might be part of the reason I'm going in for that nerve problem in my back. Probably go have to get an MRI, do the old person stuff.
I hear
Hopefully
you,
Luke
Danny.
isn't listening because he'll hold that against me.
Danny, so
But
you don't have to spend a ton, Kenneth. You don't have to spend a ton. There are some good deals there. Yeah,
There is.
They have a lot of good deals.
that anchor winch I got's been a blessing, and in the new boat, I think I'm going to have to go with some Raptors.
Oh yeah.
Cliff says he prefers Cat River anchors. There you go.
Yeah.
It's all on preference or what you want. We wanted a specific colored one, so that's why we went with them. And I've heard a lot of good things about them. I know Two Stands, they use the crap out of them, and that I'll tell you what, that anchor digs in a lot better than most other anchors will. I guarantee you that.
Danny Stone, I've used it for years, my friend. Center blocks and wonder weights. That's what I drift with. I drift with wonder weights, man. I throw it a drift sock, and if I'm still drifting too fast, where the wind's carrying me too fast, or the current, I'll drop out a wonder weight on each corner of the boat. And if that's not enough, I keep dropping them out till I get it the right speed I want to drift at, and then I just ease on down through that, man. I've been doing that for years.
We were.
I put that anchor winch on the front of my boat, and thank God I did.
Oh yeah,
I want me one. I'm jealous. I want me one. After you showed me that, I'm like, yeah, I'm an old man. I ain't got good balance, and like you said, my shoulders are not much either. I can grab some. Sometimes I'm like, oh, pain shoot down in my shoulder. I'm like, wait a minute.
Kenneth, if I had enough room, I'd put one on the back too.
I don't blame you,
the
boy.
front and the back.
When we were at
the one in the
Sandusky,
front, back up, drop the one in the back, and pull myself forward to the front, lock them both into place, and be done with it.
Heck yeah. We were pulling in the anchor at Sandusky Bay, and that never lost anchor. I had to go pull it in. We'd already got the one out. We were pulling the other one in. I'm like, man, like, what is up with this anchor? And Jason came up. He's like, oh, I don't know. It took me and him to get it up to the boat. And here it had caught another anchor, one of them big heavy steel ones.
Wow.
And it was everything we could do to take and get it up to the edge of the water to see what we hooked. And we get it up there, and as soon as we go to grab for that other anchor, the zip tie breaks. I'm like, you could have did that a long time ago. It saved us some headache.
I know what you said, Brett. Whip, there goes some sinkers.
No, that anchor is way too big for any of the boats or anything we got. That thing was huge.
Yeah, what I'm talking about is
Dan
you can
says-
melt it down and make sinkers out of it.
Dan Stone said they were using window weights for trout lines. I've seen people. I know guys who suspend using window weights on the Mississippi and the Missouri.
They
Yeah,
probably have to keep baits down, keep stuff down.
Yeah. I love my wonder weights. I had a guy ask me, man, you got 6, 8 wonder weights. You need to give me a couple. Wrong answer. So go around to some of these places we got antique stuff. You found, ask for them. Some of them got them.
Stink over stink says you can use an ATV winch for an anchor. It's like $35 at Harbor Freight. There you go.
Hey, that might be the way I wind up going.
I've seen people use rotors off of trucks and wrap rope around them and throw them out. And I mean, it works.
Yeah, I mean, if you can, whatever works. I mean, I don't mind reserving until something maybe not quite as chic, you should say, I guess, if it'll work. I mean, do what you got to do to get by, man.
If it
Long
serves
as
its
it serves-
purpose, that's all that matters.
That's exactly what I was getting ready to say. It serves a purpose. Just bolt a piece of channel iron so the cable will travel on it. Works great. I hear you, Dick. You talking about on that winch for the 4-wheelers. Right, I got you.
CSP says he uses cap blocks on his pontoon. Yeah, we use cinder blocks for the longest time in our little rowboats and our john boats and stuff.
They suck to pull up, though.
They do. And they hold a lot of mud.
Yeah, 30 extra pounds, and that's just what it grabbed.
Back when I was using them, I was a young buck. I didn't care so much, but I did worry about having to sit in that mud the whole day. That kind of was terrible.
Yeah, that was tough. Yeah, when I was young, I didn't care what it weighed or what. If it worked, I'd tackle. I'd get on you. I used to get I got so stuck in. We used to fish a little 14-foot wide V-bottom boat. It was my uncle by marriage. It was his boat. He left it there at my grandpa's, and we had a watershed lake at the back there where the state put in on the backside of my grandpa's property. That's the main place we fish coming up. Now, he left it there so we could use it. And we didn't have no motor, right? And we had to use the oars. So I was oaring. I sat in the middle of the oar, and a couple of my buddies want to be on each end of the boat. And sometimes we use cinder blocks, big chunks of metal, whatever we could find for anchor. Sometimes it gets set so bad when you go to pull a rope up, it's stuck in the mud so bad that you had your boat to go down in the water like 6 or 8 inches before you get to break loose and get to pulling it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was that lake had some mud in it. Yeah.
Yeah, we got some of the skinniest looking raccoons I ever seen in my life here on the bank.
Yeah, that's why they on the bank. They looking for something. They probably
they're
smell
hungry.
their muscles, man. They probably want some muscles. Them things love muscles. They'll eat the devil out of a muscle.
They were so skinny, I thought they were cats.
They walking and acting right. They might have that rabies. A lot of
I hear
coons.
I hear that
That's
wind
what-
blowing through the trees.
Yeah, that's what Dingo Stink just said in chat. Rabies. That's what. Yeah, if they real skinny and don't act right. They out at night though. That's a good sign. Most time the rabbit ones are down in the middle of the day when most of them in there hollow sleep. They'll be staggering around like they're drunk, falling and flopping around, look at you and hiss, kill them. Okay, have a good life.
Have a good night, Mr. Don.
All right, Don. Take care, my friend. Hope you're doing all right. Get you some rest.
I have no idea. We don't have mussel beds. We got freshwater clams in here. They're pretty big. I'll catch one on a line every now and then because if you drag a line across one when they got their shells open, they'll close on it and you'll reel them in. You'll be like, hey, look, I caught a mussel. I've tried cutting them open and using that as bait, and I had no luck. Not even a channel cat on it. Don't mean it don't work, but we don't
Yeah.
have any. I don't think we have any mussels here.
Did see when my boat was running, I was using. I never had a depth finder on it or nothing. Never had a trolling motor on it or nothing. Still don't have a trolling motor, but I did put a Helix 7 on there with the side scan. I just hadn't used it yet. I got it in there on my desk in my den in my office. But I'm looking forward to getting to use one. All these years I never used one. I just go look at the lay of the water, how I feel, and look for feeder creeks and look for trees fell over in the water and stuff like that, on the river and stuff. Look for layups and stuff. I
Yep.
never used fish finder before. I mean, I caught fish. I never caught no whales, but I caught some decent ones. I'd average 20, 30 pounders. Like I said, my biggest one is 38 pounds, but I've hung a couple of toads, man, some big ones, man, but I didn't get
Good
them
night,
in.
Danny.
Take care, Danny.
Indiana Chris, not yet. We're gonna make the switch over to hog legs here at 1 a.m. and I'll probably catch one on his stream if I'm gonna catch one tonight. I'm gonna make a move though before I head over there, or I'll just log in and move. I'm on mute while I'm going there. I don't know if you guys could even see it. You'd have to tell me, Ken, if you've seen it more on screen than I have.
Yeah, I mean, we don't really see much at night, but I mean, we know you're moving. We know what you're doing. You come in there once in a while, and hey, what you doing? And you going back and doing it again. So we know you're still with us. Daytime, we can see you good though, man. When it's daylight, but I'll
Yeah,
always see.
it's a pretty
We,
river here, so
yeah, it is. That's a beautiful river. But we see your porch lights on at night.
Have a good night, Don.
When you're running. You got them on.
I like this time of night too, and in the morning when it's nice and glass smooth.
Oh yeah, morning right around daylight, right when it gets light enough just to see how to put something on the hook. That's my favorite time of the day.
I can hit 26 miles an hour when it's this smooth heading down river.
Ooh, man, you doing all right, man. That's plenty fast.
That's fast enough. Takes
Heck
me a
yeah.
while to go from dam to dam. It takes me probably about 30, 40 minutes, I think.
Yeah, I can get about 30, 35 out of my little skiff. That's really all I want.
If I'm not
Fast enough.
mistaken, Cliff probably knows better than me. I think dam to dam is 18 miles here, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay. That's a good stretch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was talking to Betty the other day, and she's like, I can't believe you make like 8-mile runs in the middle of the night. I'm like, not enough current to have huge logs. I'll hit a piece of firewood every now and then. And when you hit it on the bottom of this aluminum boat, it sounds like you hit a body.
Oh
Very
my Lord. What was that?
very 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 concerning, I should say, when it happens.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm real
Even the
careful. I move around up rivers at night, man. I just go real slow and I use a spotlight. I don't care what nobody says. I'm gonna see where I'm going. Best I
I
can.
use my GPS fly by wire. I'm like a fighter pilot on this river.
Yeah, like I said, I never had one. That's one thing I'm looking forward to with the Helix 7, man. I want to learn how to use it for all different type things what I didn't have before. I'm thinking it'll improve my fishing all the way around once I get the
Oh
use
yeah.
of it. I've been reading up on the owner's manual, trying to get things in my head. So we'll see.
So how big was that fish that LG caught? What was that, 61 pounds or
Yeah,
63?
63. That's what it was, 63.
63 in the net.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was out at night. He caught his last PB, that 58 pound. I was out that night when he caught that. We was down with the 1-ton crew and had Tom's dock at night.
That might even be that same fish, just got fattened up over a year's time.
They could have. They could have.
Never know.
You know, Brad, I caught the same flathead twice in a half an hour.
Yeah, we did it on channel cats before. We were fishing the bay, and I specifically remember a spot where the fish was hooked, and I ended up getting it again and weighing it, and it actually weighed more the second time than it did the first time. I'm like, well, it's been busy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
loading up, eating catfish, don't care.
Man, y'all look at that. We got a tumbleweed and blew up in the old M.R. Duggar fishing. What's up, Mr. Duggar?
What's up, Duggar?
Old tumbleweed and blew up. And I ain't seen you in a few days to a week or so, buddy. You must be to find you a girlfriend somewhere. You been laid up, ain't you?
You know, I remember when I said the other day, Duggar, I was looking up at the sky and there was clouds all around except right over my head. I thought you were coming to abduct me. But then I remembered, wait a minute, I'm a subscriber, so I'm safe.
Yeah, you safe. You safe. You're spared.
All right, what time we got here? 12:37. All right, I'm getting
Yep.
all right. 13 more minutes. I'm getting the ants, and we'll start reeling stuff in.
Yeah,
One
I'm
of
glad
these
you're
days,
doing all right.
guys.
Go ahead, Mark.
One of these days, guys, I'm going to come up with some sort of set rules for myself. Like, if you don't get a fish in 90 minutes, move. I just
Man,
can't
I
make that
always said I'm
decision
gonna
yet.
do that, but I don't never stick to it. I always said 30 minutes, an hour, 45 minutes, whatever, but I don't never stick to it. I'm like, I get to sit and I get into watching nature and stuff like that, watching my poles, and I look back at my clock. Good Lord, I've been here 2.5 hours. I think it's time to move.
That's my problem. I'll be getting ready to leave, and then I'll get a bite, and I'm like, oh, nope, not yet.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. That happens to me all the time. That pretty much is why I stayed here as long as I've stayed, because I kept getting them little taps, hoping it would turn into something. But I haven't had one of them in a good 40 minutes at all. Those baits could be washed out. We're going to dump these pieces of bait and start fresh when we get to the new spot, Kenneth. We're going to go to that spot where I lost that biggin.
Oh,
It's a little ride, but I'll make it. It's a
that's
nice
all right,
night out.
man.
I don't even have a hood. I don't even have a hoodie on. Hopefully, we can get on one tonight, at least on Hog Lake's channel. Get me
Yeah, I
some
hope you
pictures
do,
or
but
something to post tomorrow.
I like to see you catch it old big boy again because I think that might have broke your personal best.
I don't know
Just
about
saying.
all that. I
I
don't know
think
about
so.
all that. It had gotten my 40 pounder that I got targeted for this year, which is a monster for this river.
Oh, that's right. You say you had a 60-some pounder PB?
No, 57.12.
50, so I need to
People,
bump from 60, 60.
it was
That's it.
funny. A guy I know here who fishes a lot. I was talking to him during this week, and he's like, "Man, there isn't a 50-pound fish in that river." I go, and
I
he
know
gave me
there's
a funny
one.
look. I go, dude, you know me. I got no reason to lie. He says, Mark, I haven't seen one, so I can't believe it. I got to see it with my own eyes. I said, I can understand that. I go, well, it ain't a tournament fish, and I ain't trying to beat nobody, so I got nothing to prove except to myself. So
Yep,
he said, fair enough.
that's what I want. I want to get me some 50, 60, 80s. I want a Hondo. That's what I want. Now, I know they in my waters too, so all I got to do is get my game together and get back in the program. They out there. My buddy Tim King down now, man, he's ripping them, man. He's bringing some
He,
toads in the boat right now. I ain't
I
lying to
saw
you.
he just had a little baby girl, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. I told him, I sent him a post when he sent it, and I said, man, she's beautiful. I said, I'm glad she took her looks after her mama. Thank the Lord.
Ain't that the truth? Chris says lies for sure. Or the Cliff just calling me a liar too. He says lies for sure. I know Cliff has got like a 54 PB, I think. Isn't that right, Cliff? You told me when we were fishing that one night. He's in the 50-pound class. I think you got to get lucky and be in the right place at the right time. And if there's a 40-pound fish, there's no reason why there isn't a 50.
Yep, I
Yep.
think there's always a little bit of luck involved in catching them old big boys.
You catch them with and get lucky enough to catch them when they're hungry and present a bait to them that they'll take.
Yep, and lucky enough to get them in the boat once you hang them on the shore, wherever you're fishing it.
Cliff
I
says
always
his PB is a 56 on the Fox, and he's been chasing a PB over that one for a while, if I'm not mistaken.
I heard that. That's a nice one.
always tell people up there when we're fishing on our little river near us, I'm like, I've gave every one of these channel cats at least one piercing, and some's got 2 and 3.
You just start naming them now, right now.
Well, we when we fish it pretty hard, and
Yeah.
we cover a pretty good section of water, and nobody channel cat fishes except for one other guy on a pontoon, and he's usually in the same spot every time we're on the water. So, and we don't even bother fishing the spot he fishes. We just go around it.
Yeah, Mark Cliff,
There's
he been 19 years chasing it.
Yeah, I know it's been a while. Cliff's hardcore. He is hardcore.
He says DNR is pulled 50s and 60s on it, Fox.
Let's see. Well, there you go.
The DNR tell you if you can get them to tell you, which they ain't got no reason not to. You just ask about a body of water. If they don't work, they'll tell you.
Some do and some don't. It just depends on which one you get.
Yeah, what's that? Some of them, most of them will. Some of them won't, because they the ones that fish itself.
They don't always hydroelectric, all the water too. So they're about as clueless as you are sometimes on some water.
Yeah.
No, this is such a small body of water. If they did any studies here, I think they do more studies south of here, anyways. I'm not sure they do much up here. I could be wrong. I haven't seen a DNR officer, knock on wood, in 2 years.
Now you said that. Hold on. Keep your eyes open tonight.
The sheriff that
I
patrols
said
this
that
stretch of river.
I said that a few weeks back. Mark, me and Jason were talking, and I go, I'm like, I have never seen a game warden come up, because we've almost been hit a couple times, and I've seen game wardens more north and complained about the drunk driving, people hitting banks and all kinds of stuff, and we never seen an ODNR. And a few weeks back, we actually had one stop and talk to us on a boat, and I'm like, what the heck is going on? You guys are never here.
Like, don't you worry, we're always here. They're always watching.
Yeah, last time I seen one was when I was in Art and I were fishing together in Aaron 7-7, the second night of the second term. We was fishing up on the Stanton River in Stanton River State Park. 10:30 on a Saturday night. This dude steps out the bush. Y'all having any luck? I said, oh man, I jerked around. I said, hey, take it easy, bud. Don't be sneaking up on nobody. I said, you better start hollering before you get here. And he asked if we had fishing license. I said, yeah. So he showed him a license. Well, he had to look my name up, but I told him, I said, I didn't get one. They said they won't send me no paper copy in the mail. All I had to do is ask the agent and give him my name. He could look it up. He said, okay, what's your name? So I give him my name. He looked at it. He said, yep, you good. Then Art he had a paper copy. He showed it to him. And he said, well, okay, y'all have it. I said, hey, man, wait a minute. I'm messing with it. I kept him out almost an hour and talking, but he wanted to leave out just as soon as he checked the lights. I kept him out. I kept asking him questions about regulations and fish and stuff. And when he left, Art started laughing. He said, man, you ain't right. I said, what? He said, you try to keep that dude here, didn't you? I said, yeah. I said, he want to sneak up in the brush on us on 10:30 on a Saturday night when he ought to be home with his wife and family. And he up here messing with a couple old catfishermen. And I said, yeah, I'm going to pick his brain. I'm going to make him late getting back home. He going to get a cold supper tonight.
I think Cliff said that on the chain is where there's a lot of the DNR. I was fishing literally in this little cutout on the bank over a drain tube, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like in the middle of nowhere even to park. And I'd gotten one line out, the second line out, and I turn around and there they are right behind me. I'm like, how in the hell did you find me? I can't see the street from here, let alone you see me from here.
Yeah, that's
pretty
great.
crafty sometimes.
And then they act like they're your friend, and then before they leave, they give you a goodbye gift of $130 fine.
Yeah. And give you that old grin when they leave, like, yeah, I got you. Think you slick? Hmm.
See you around.
I was on the river lake. Guess where it comes to the Kerr Dam? It got some feeder creeks coming out. I was up in a feeder creek. My wife was with me then fishing. I was in my skiff. We was up in that creek probably half to 3/4 of a mile, man. It was just like one great big swamp out there, right? And we were sitting there fishing. I done got in on some yellow perch on the bottom, fishing with night crawlers. I was eating them things up, man. I done caught 15, 18 of them. And I looked behind me and there they were sitting there. I said, hey, y'all catching anything? Yeah, I'm catching a few perch. I reckon you done seen me catch a few. I said, what in the world y'all doing back up in here? He said, looking for people like you. I said, well, I'm glad you found me then. I said, just how the hell you doing? He said, I'm all right. He said, y'all got your license? I said, yep. You got a life jacket? Yep. You got a fire extinguisher? Yep. You got a throw cushion? Yep. Checked everything out. He said, well, y'all have a good day. I said, hey, you want to look at my cooler? I got a cold knee-high beverage here if you want one. He said, no, we good. We good. I said, okay, take care, bud. So I was messing with him too. I like to mess with him just a little bit. Yeah. But they were good. I mean, they didn't get smart with me. None of it. I don't think he said smart. Like I said, we're looking for people like you. Like he thought he'd have caught somebody he's going to give a ticket to, you know?
Gonna learn today.
We got Mr. Flathead, Mr. Brad, and Chet. I think I'm going to pop over here and use the bathroom, get me another cup of coffee, get ready for the Boar's Nest show.
Yeah, we're going to give it a few more minutes and we're going to call it. And I'm going to head south here a little ways. And
Okay.
I'll pop on the Hog Leg show after I probably get there. So,
Okay, buddy. Well,
I'll
just
probably
be safe, my friend. Be safe. We'll be looking for you. He might have it pinned at the top of the chat. If he don't, we'll shoot you a link. He most time pins his at the top of the chat. So,
Yeah.
but we'll catch you a little later. Then I'm gonna get in here and get myself straight for that. So, thank you for having me up, Mark. Appreciate it. Good to see you, Brad. Everybody in chat. Hold it, hold it, hold it.
Yeah, you be Kenneth as always.
Yeah, man. We'll catch y'all on the flip.
Later, Kenneth. Can you hear me, Mark?
All right, I put my earpiece back in. Brad, can you hear me?
Oh yeah, I can hear you.
There you are. I don't know what happened to my sound.
Yeah, I thought I heard the audio click and cut out, and I'm like, I bet he can't hear me.
No, I couldn't hear you. I did see something surface right by this area up here. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if I was 100 feet shy of where I was supposed to be. We'll try that tomorrow or later on today or this morning. See what's
Yeah.
on, because I just saw something surface roll on the top and it wasn't no carp. So I could be 100 feet shy of here. But I figure I'd give this spot a shot. It had everything I was looking for.
Yeah. It's funny because sometimes they're right on the stuff that you expect them to be, and sometimes they're feeding off of it.
Well, they can usually find baits, especially if you're using cut bait like shad or something. They'll
Yeah.
work their way to it. Just takes them a while. It don't mean that you don't wish you were 100 feet in front of where you were at if you heard something, you know.
Yeah. What's going on, G-Style?
So, what's up, G-Style? How you doing, bud? Yeah, G-Style, we're going to go over to Hog Legs after this, so There's more raccoons fighting. I hear coyotes in the distance.
Start throwing the shad tails. You can get some good footage of them.
Oh, yeah, I'm not far. I'm not close. I'm not close enough to the bank to get them over there. I can't throw them little tails that far. I already
Yeah.
threw them in the water before I got ready to leave here. We're gonna throw all this other bait in the water and move on to the next spot. But it totally died. Not even the dinks were hitting me, so I don't know what's going on. Either that or the shad just got washed out. Live and learn. So I know I need to switch baits out at least every hour or so. Go
Yeah.
from there.
G-Style asks, when finding a new spot, do you use Navionics to scout for new fishing holes?
Not on a river, I don't, because Navionics here really isn't right. What I do is, I kind of every chance I get G style, I'll slow motor up and down the river if I'm going from place to place, and set waypoints of stuff that looks interesting. That's been proven for me to find structure and stuff, which works pretty good for me on this river. You know, you got guys out there like Cliffy out there that have been fishing this river for years and years and years and years longer than I have. I'm sure they got a database in the back of their head of where they want to try and how they want to go about trying it. So this is only my third year on this boat and third year on the actual river, not fishing the bank. So I'm learning as I go.
Sometimes I'll use Navionics not really for what the water is doing, but what's around it. So like I'll look at the banks on one of the actual view of the banks around it, and sometimes I'll use that to base a decision off of what's going on in the water.
See, Cliff's got the whole river mapped out on his Lawrence. Lawrence. Mm-hmm. I need to start doing that with this thing. I don't know. I don't know if I'm recording or not, so I need to figure that out. I'm always in too hurry to go fishing, Brad, to be messing around with that stuff. I'm lucky if I clear tracks when I got them 20 deep. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's how my brother and them are down in Tennessee. They take off, and they have a bass boat, and they fly. And we were ramping trees in their boat. I'm like, sheesh. I'm like, good thing this is an old boat. He's like, yeah. He's like, I haven't knocked the outboard the motor off the back of it yet. I'm like, thankfully you didn't there. I mean, we were pretty far out of the water after we hit it.
You got to be careful. That stuff will knock a tooth loose.
Oh yeah.
Not to mention do damage to a lower end that's not cheap to fix.
Yeah. They had it trimmed up pretty high, but man, that coming down was pretty hard.
There's no shocks in a boat.
Yeah. The ramping part of it was fun. The landing part of it was not so much.
Hey, G-Style, I believe mapping is a feature on most higher end units these days. Maybe even not so higher end units these days. As long as you got room on an SD card, I think it'll map it for you. And then you can actually choose on whether or not you want to share it with other people in the whole community or whatever. So I need to start doing that. I do that at one lake that I fish just because it's not mapped. And I think my maps helped build the one that they actually have now in Navionics, which is kind of cool to see. But as far as the river goes, I never really bothered with it because the river changes all the time, year to year or whatever. I don't know, just mark waypoints. It's like if I see a pile of tires, like I know where there's a pile of tires just 2 miles south of here. Got that marked. I fished it 3 times already this year. I figure I'd get on a fish with there, but haven't gotten on one yet. Obviously, all the channel markers and stuff, any drop offs, any channel swings that are easy to notice or are very noticeable. Those channel swings have been pretty good to me in the past. I dropped something here. What did I drop on the floor? Oh, my wallet fell out of my pocket. I'm going to need that in case, I jinxed myself into a visit from the DNR today.
I don't mind mapping a lake if you're going to fish it quite a bit, but a river, those stumps and stuff. So, I mean, some of them get buried in pretty good, but sometimes they still, even with enough water, they'll get pushed out.
Yeah, maybe I don't bother so much because this place is like a barren desert underneath because there's so many people here, so many pleasure boaters. I think they've knocked everything down and things have become silted over the years. Like there was
Yeah,
one spot where I knew there was a concrete wall and I went back to find it, 2 years later and I can't find it even with a better unit that I have now. So
yeah. The
let's see what
our
time we got.
our little river, they usually do a really good job of cleaning it up, and this is the first year they've actually not pulled everything out of it, but there is a guy going down through the river pulling logs and stuff with his boat, which is interesting to see.
Yeah, I kind of wish they would leave that stuff as long as it's not in the channel and off to the side. I wish they'd leave it there because
Yeah,
there's a lot of
well,
structure. Like I had one crappie spot at one of my bank spots that had some logs right off a point, and I used to do pretty good on the crappie there. And I get there, and there's two kids on that little spot, and they're all happy that they cleared the logs out because they were getting their little spinner baits caught on the logs. I'm like, "Are you kidding, kids? I go, you realize what you just did?"
pulling the structure.
Pretty much. So then I talk them into putting it back in there, right? Figured it'll take a while for the fish to come back, and it did, and they did. And then the next year, the city got a bunch of money from the government and redid that whole area and cleaned it all out, knocked it all down. I was like, you got to be kidding.
Yeah.
I can't win for losing. Cannot win for losing. So you keeping up with orders, Brad?
I'm caught back up
Number
now.
four, number four, number four, number four. That's a little different. Can you see that from there?
Not really from my screen. It being that it's split, it makes it pretty hard to see. I thought I'd seen it twitch earlier, but I'm like,
No, but
yeah,
it was.
it don't help. My vision is not real great either. So
Yeah, I zigged when I said, yeah, my vision ain't any better either. That'd have been something if I'd ended the stream with a fish, but it don't look like it's gonna happen.
there's still time. It's not over until you get the rods out of the water.
Yeah, I was gonna
I
start reeling them in, but I'll give them, 5 more minutes, Brad, just like we were talking about.
see, never fails.
Hmm.
I've had a couple times where I've went to go reel in and had a flathead on there, and it didn't even move the pool, and it was just sitting on the bait.
You can still see the initial twitch when they suck in it, when they inhale it usually. And I'm usually getting, as long as I'm facing in kind of the right direction, I can catch it in the corner of my mind. See, there it goes again.
Hmm.
See it?
Yep, I seen it that time.
Yeah, I'm gonna let it do what it's gonna do. Let me set my iPad down here so I don't drop it in the water.
That'd be a bad day.
That's a better pull than I've been having all night. There we go. That's it.
Come on.
Something. Whatever it is, I just pulled it out of its mouth. We'll try that again. I'll leave a little slack on it this time. It came back twice. Doesn't mean a third time it won't.
Sometimes they'll hit it real hard on the setback down. You'll sit down and then they'll slam it.
Well, we can hope for that. That's that gizzard shad big head that I have with the hook through the nose. So
Yeah.
it's got to get that whole piece in its gullet unless it's taking it from the front. If it took it from the front, we'd have known it already.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That was the most promising taps I've had all night. There it goes again. See it?
Yep, I see it. It's gonna go.
See it? Oh,
Come on. Take it down.
It's trying. Maybe it gets a little piece of it off of there, and it's gonna go swallow that piece and get another one. It's probably a little channel cat. Or a turtle, since Turtle Lady's here. She brought the turtles with her.
Hopefully not.
I usually don't have problems with turtles during the night, though, to be honest with you.
You know, that's one thing off a boat I've never caught is a turtle off a boat. I've caught turtles from a bank plenty of times, but off the boat, they're pretty slim unless I'm really up close to the bank and some brush or something. But I've never caught one.
You know, that guy who was fishing behind me, Tony, my buddy, he caught like a 30-pound freaking snapper. At least it
Oh my
looked to be 30
gosh.
pounds. He didn't weigh it or nothing. He's got a picture with him holding it up in his boat.
Yeah,
That
I
was
got
during
one.
the day, though.
I got one of my buddies. He took and it's been a couple month and a half or so. He caught one, and it took both of us to get the hook out of it. And I'm like, there's got to be a better way to do this. And needle nose pliers, and luckily they were long, but it took us like 30 minutes to get the hook out of it.
I don't use stainless steel hooks. I use regular hooks for the one reason that if I lose a fish with a hook in its mouth, it'll rust out eventually. If I
Yeah.
gotta get a hook out of a turtle that I can't, I'm sure Turtle Lady will have something to say about that. You know, the way I look at it is there's teenagers running around with all sorts of steel hanging out of their faces, and they ain't gonna kill a turtle. They can usually work that thing out too somehow. I don't know how animals do it, but
Yeah, they
kind
find
of
a
can.
way. You usually keep a pair. We usually keep a pair of side cuts so we can just clip them if we have to. But
I get you. I just don't have any room for anything like that. Side cuts will cut a hook.
yeah, it's kind of a pain, but you can do it.
I don't want to be that near a turtle's mouth for that long.
Yeah, I wasn't very comfortable in the boat trying to get the hook out of its mouth.
Especially them soft shells. They got that super long neck, man. That
Oh,
thing
I
will reach
know.
out and grab you.
They can get you in a second.
All right. I'm going to start reeling them in from the opposite side of the boat here. Let's see what's going on in chat before I do that here. Turtle Lady says hello to everyone. She sent the turtles over. Thanks. The hook will eventually rust out. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Welcome in.
All right, I'm going to start reeling these in. Who knows? Maybe he's on there now. Maybe he's laying there with it in its mouth. I'll give it a crank just in case. Oh, it was caught on something, not a fish though.
David, I've heard of that company Beyond Meats, but I like my steak too much to.
Yeah, Beyond Meat. Beyond Meat is that one of the just like that other brand. What is it? There's Beyond Meat, and then what's the one that they sell at all the fast food restaurants? Impossible.
Yeah.
I've read a lot of things that stuff's like actually really bad for you. You're better off eating beef. Beef's pretty good.
It's probably got a lot of sodium in it.
Well, it's made out of seed oils, and those are bad. They're being proven to be bad for you.
David said, "Oops, wrong opera house." Mark was chatting with another group.
Oh, how many chats are you in? He's two-timing us, Brad.
Yeah, I see that.
All right, we're going to go back to where I should have started tonight off anyways, and we'll go from there. I might even switch off to another. This one ain't even been touched. This is the one that got tapped a bunch of times in the channel.
Yeah.
I might even put another spook on another line, and because I was doing better in that other spot with the baits off the water. So we might have to do that once I get there. But like I said, I got all night, man. I ain't going nowhere. And I'm all wired on Monster. Like for real wired on Monster already.
I've had a couple of those myself. I was trying to get myself going this morning and struggling, and I'm like, oh, come on.
If I had two, I would have to be in the hospital, like Josh was saying.
I like those recover ones.
I haven't tried them. The only one I've ever tried is that Monster Sugar Free. Never had a Red. Well, I've had Red Bull in shots, but other
Yeah.
than that,
The recovers they go down really easy, and you don't
yeah.
get that extreme kick if like you slam a can or something. So
Well, I didn't get any extreme kick from this stuff. It's just like I'm just awake now. I'm ready to go.
yeah. See, I used to be the monsters used to do that, but now I drink so many of them that like I venture outside to like the Red Bulls here and there, or the Bangs
Yeah.
or C4s, and I try to mix it up, even though none of them are really good for you.
I do have a whole mess of coffee in the boat with me for tonight.
Ooh, heck
But
yeah.
coffee doesn't have that effect on me, to be honest with you. It's probably the same reason why some of them energy drinks don't have the same effect for you. You know.
Yeah.
Oh, I lost it. Look, it got the bait.
Did it?
It did. Whatever it was, it lost the bait. Fishing on credit. No wonder it stopped biting.
Mm-hmm. That'd explain it.
I had that bait on there pretty good too. All right, now this is going to be telltale sign here.
It's amazing how easy sometimes they can get bait off a hook, and you struggle to put it on, and they can pick it like it's a piece of candy out of an open drawer. I mean,
all right, let's see how much mud is on this bad boy here. Hopefully not a lot. All right, not too bad. All right, we got this. Make sure my boat's going to start before I end the stream here. I want to thank everybody who's been watching. We're heading over to Kenneth's, not Kenneth's. Yep, we started. All right, so we got juice to start. We're heading over to Hog Leg Catfishing. I may see you. Depends on how far you went south. Cliffy, I'll stop and say hello, and then I'm going to go on to Hog Leg stream. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We'll see you over there. Hopefully, we can still get on a fish tonight. Hey, Stan, what's going on? So we'll see you at Hog Legs. Later, everybody. Thanks for everything, Brad. Thanks for hanging out, bud. We'll see
no
you
problem.
there.
Anytime.
All right, bye.
Later.